So, I know what you're thinking. Rob, it's been a while. I know. I wasn't trying to leave you hanging or no shit like that. I promise. I done seen people cussing me out, which I actually appreciate. I don't mind that. Like, get your ass on the fucking live, right? Do what the fuck you supposed to be doing, right? So we here. I ain't made no announcements. I haven't posted this anywhere. If you are watching the playback, I would ask that you hit the like button for me. Whoever's the first in here, I need your help to make sure that not only can you hear me clearly, but then are you going to be able to hear what I might play or a video or something like that that we may review live as we spend a little time together tonight. So I'm going to need that type of help. All right. And I probably should. Hold on. Before we even get started good, let me do this. And really, a lot of people probably out like in the streets doing their new year. Hold on. Let me put that off there and then hold on. And then two, I put it on subscriber only mode too. So let me warn you that subscriber um, only mode is on. You gotta be subscribed before you can get up in here. So even if you want to troll tonight, you're gonna have to work a little harder to troll. I mean, it's not a big hurdle that you gotta jump over here, but if you make it through that and go through all of that to come over here and say some silly shit, me or one of my mods would just have to block you the fuck up out of here. And we don't really want to. Do you want to bring in your new year doing shit like that, right? You don't want to do that. You don't want to bring in your new year on no bullshit like that. All right. I do need to know if y'all can hear me clearly. Just give me a thumbs up or a fucking one or two or whatever the fuck in the comment section just to let me know you can hear me at least. I'm gonna play some shit to give people time to get in here. Y'all know what goes on over here. It didn't change just because it's been a while, okay? It's the same shit. It's the exact same. I'm gonna play some shit, give people a little time. Hopefully y'all will be able to hear this. Let me know if you can hear it as you come in. Let me know if you can hear that. Okay, we're gonna get started regardless. We're gonna go ahead and get started regardless. Listen, first and foremost, shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is, right? Everybody understands that. Everybody knows that. Um, I figured I would come in here. We'll talk about some shit. Like I said, it's on. You can't comment unless you're a subscriber to the channel. So if you're trying to comment while it's going on live and you having an issue, that's probably why. A lot of people probably out in the streets and shit right now, which I understand that. I didn't announce it. So, you know, a lot of people probably going to be watching this on the playback tomorrow. Um, if you get some time and shit like that. And that's cool too. Like, it's no big deal, right? But I wanted to come in here and talk about some shit I'm seeing. I've been just building shit up in my head for 2 months straight. Cause I ain't said shit. Like I promise y'all, I ain't made no videos. I ain't did no lives. I ain't did anything. If you follow me on social media, you probably see me going in on there sometimes. I will do that on pretty much a daily basis. I'll post something on Facebook, Instagram, you know, those links in the description box if you want to follow me on those pages. They there. Twitter, I don't post much on there, so ain't no point in me telling y'all to run over there like that. But if you want to see me posting, but as far as videos, I ain't said nothing. I've been leaving people alone. I've been letting black people coon in peace. All right. I ain't been in the way. I've been staying out the way, as you know, some motherfuckers say. I've been staying way the fuck out the way, right? Just chilling, posting on my page. But I know that a so-called New Year is upon us. And I know that based on the fact that I put New Year in quotations for a reason. Logically, to me, the New Year should be from spring to spring. I mean, it's just logically to me. So that's when I quote unquote celebrate a new year, or at least I acknowledge it. To me, I do spring to spring. That's just me, right? You doing winter to winter with the white man, them, then, you know, I understand that's what they did and that's what they be doing. But I know if you're going to be out here in these streets tonight celebrating, it's motherfuckers out here popping fireworks. So y'all may hear some of that shit. I mean, I hope they stop. God damn it. It's only not even 9 o'clock here in Charlotte. So it's like you can fucking stop popping firecrackers. But I know that's what people do to celebrate or commemorate their would-be new year. And with this being the fakest time of the year, people really putting on. It starts in the so-called holiday season, which they make it seem like it's supposed to be some old, you know, everybody spreading holiday joy and cheer and shit like that. But there's really just a whole lot of fake shit that goes on out here. I mean, in this point in our society, fake shit is kind of been ingratiated permanently in the society. So this, I know people probably out in the streets doing their thing, but I want y'all to be safe. I know y'all gonna be out here drinking and shit like that. I hope y'all making some great decisions, and come tomorrow, everybody's safe, because I don't want nothing happening to black folk. I want us to be safe out here. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware. I know people like to drink in all types of random ass places, but you know, just be safe. Whatever you're gonna do with your time, however you're gonna celebrate this shit, if you want to celebrate it, just be safe, be smart, and be aware. All right, that's what I really want for black people, regardless of whether you're a coon or not. I really do want you to still, you know what I'm saying? I still want my people to be safe out here in these streets. But this is the fakest time of the year. And we, of course, as we don't do anymore, we don't try to give people the history of holidays and shit like that. It's a waste of time. I understand that at this point in life, like people that don't want to know the truth about it just don't want to know the truth about it. Like they not looking for it. They're not giving a fuck about that. So I've been trying to tell my truth tellers to save your breath. Okay. Like if you dealing with people that do this shit for real, and you're just saying it to them, they don't really know you like that. You're not the leader of the family. Like you're not around them personally. You wasting your time. And even if you are in the families, and some of y'all can testify to this, you wasting your breath. Like people gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do as far as what makes them feel good, as far as them eating food and, you know, participating in capitalism, which is why the new year is the way that it is because from January to January, that's their fiscal year. They don't give a fuck if it's in wintertime or whatever the fuck. the season itself is the season of death. I mean, it represents death. Everything's dying and being reborn in the spring, but that's the fiscal year, the bread year. That's how they run uh they years as far as the money is concerned. So, you know, even they honor and acknowledge their new year is tied into capitalism. Now, I'm not saying again, y'all do y'all thing, do whatever you want to do. All right, it don't matter to me. Even though, for example, I'll say like this: even though I'm going to acknowledge the would be new year in the spring, I'm still not going to be celebrating, drinking, or no shit like that. I'm not going to be making resolutions and all this other silly performative shit that we get into every time this time of year it comes upon us. Like we go through these we put ourselves through this a whole lot of fake shit, and we reading somebody else saying some fake shit and declarations that they're making. If you know anything about the would be resolutions and shit like that, what you know is you don't make resolutions set on a new year. You make those decisions on a daily basis, and that's what they are: decisions, not resolutions. They're decisions. You make decisions to be a better person. You make decisions to improve. A lot of times you have to come to grips with the fact that the problem is you, and that's one of the hardest things for people to do across the board. I mean, it's just tough, and a lot of people's resolutions normally be on some what they're gonna do as far as the gym. Y'all know how motherfuckers is like. Just be saying shit. Knowing you wouldn't put it off like that. If it was some real shit to you, then you're not going to put it off. All right. You're not going to sit around and act like it's not no real shit going on. You're not going to act like, I'm going to just wait, a few months and then I'm going to get serious about it. No, you go ahead and do that then. Okay. You go ahead and start working towards that goal then. And what happens is every day you make a decision to continue on this path, to continue down this route, to better yourself as a person. That's a daily decision. It's not a fucking resolution or none of the shit that people be talking about. And that's why so many people fail at their would-be resolutions, because it's built on fake shit. It's not real. It's not real at all. Okay? We just got through, November was celebrating genocide, and then it's, big white man coming down your chimney giving you black kids gifts and all this old shit. Like this is a really delusional time of year. To participate in it, you have to detach yourself from reality. You really do. You have to really just be into the would be quote unquote tradition of it, or you just want to spend some money, and this is how you show the people you care about and that you care about them, is by spending money, by being a consumer at the highest rate that you could be one. Like that's kind of what we're into. And what happens is you get this influx of this fake euphoria when in reality people are out here struggling like a motherfucker right now. And I mean, of course, people been struggling. This is how capitalism works. This people have to struggle. There's going to be a large amount of suffering. This is how capitalism is set up as a system itself, right? So regardless of the positive energy boost you may get from celebrating in these holidays, the reality is a lot of people are out here struggling for real. A lot of people will put themselves through more of a struggle just to participate in the holidays. People will make themselves go broke a lot of times, or let something go or some shit just to participate in this shit, just to show that becomes a symbol of love at that point, connecting to it that way, even if you ain't got it, even if your kids don't fucking deserve it, right? Like that part don't really count to nobody. We still gonna participate in this shit. So. But in reality, now you can even be making six figures, and that shit might as well be like 50K. You might as well be making half of whatever you making out here, because in reality, they keep upping the motherfucking price. They're not upping the pay rate at the same time though, right? So in real life, people out here struggling, but to pretend that we're not struggling, we'll go through these lavish, I don't even know, efforts. I mean, like to look like everything's okay. This is what we do with social media. One of the things that we do with social media is we want to look like everything's okay. Or on the flip side, you can just get on the internet and then go in about whatever relationship situation you may have seen a relationship question you want to answer, a relationship podcast that you need to respond to. You heard somebody do a interview of some kind, and this person answered a question that was wrong to you, and so now you got to give your paragraph opinion on what's wrong with them and how they can be better. Because if nothing gets black people having conversations more than relationship shit. So we still doing that. This is something that, you have high hopes that black people will leave this shit in so-called 2023, but then reality sets in, right? And that's the part I hate. I hate when reality sets in, because every time that shit happens, it's like, damn, you know, you know exactly what black people gonna do. You know exactly how we're gonna continue to conduct ourselves. Even though I see people saying shit like throw podcast equipment away, like get rid of podcast equipment, throw it in the trash. Even though you'll see comments like that, they still get heavy engagement because that topic is so, it got niggas in a fucking chokehold. I mean, that's just what it is. Everybody is really, really giving their opinions about, what's going on in other people's relationships, right? And to me, it looks weird, because then you want to leave that type of shit in so-called 2023, but black people are not. We get off. There's something to arguing in comments with complete strangers that does something for us, all right? I don't know what. You couldn't ask me what it actually was because I would be at a loss. I don't know what drives black people to engage in this, gender war shit on a daily basis. Like no days off, real life shit. Like 7 days a week, even on holidays. And hell, holidays even create more, expectation of people who are in relationships and what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to buy you. And, all this extra shit that comes with the pressure of these holidays. And we keep carrying it like we have to, even though we don't. We continue to carry this pressure on us at all times. But people will use their relationships to set a precedent for other people's relationships. And this is what we doing out here with these conversations. We are coming up with our own personal, opinions and projections onto other people. And we're expecting them to move how we think they should move. If we say fuck the person, then they're supposed to just break up with them, divorce them, or leave them alone. Like, don't mess with them no more, cut them off, block them, or whatever. We think that we can do that. And some people do fall for the okey doke. I think the last example of this was Simone Biles and whatever that bull that she fucked with Owens and what the fuck happened with them. Like, when I see people that really, really, really dedicate themselves to making sure that people in relationships can't even be secure in their relationships because that looks like weakness to us, like to the masses. If you're secure in your relationship, if you gonna you gonna give a fuck about them regardless of what people are talking about, then that's looked at as a weakness on both sides. You become a doormat per whatever side of this that you end up on. If you really like the person that you're with, right? If you don't have these glaring issues with men or these glaring issues with women, you ain't really that mad, then you look like something wrong with you on this internet in particular, right? You look like you have a fucking problem. Like you're the defective one. What are you doing liking that black man? What are you doing liking that black woman? We'll impose those opinions on married people. Like, just leave your husband, fuck your vows, fuck all the shit that you even get married for and about, fuck all of that. Just leave him. He showed a sign of weakness, and there's no coming back from that, right? This is how people was treating Simone. This is how they was treating her like she was just gonna do that. And she's still having to tell people that she's good. It's okay. All right. Heard y'all leave my husband. Cool. No, I'm not doing that. Okay. She not going with y'all on this one. And I had to at least give her some respect for not allowing for random, just random people to get into your shit to be able to affect what you have going on, because life is already some bullshit as it is, yo. Like, I don't think y'all fully understand or fully have come to grips with how much bullshit this is going on out here. I don't think you come to grips with it if you continuing to have the desire to make sure that people don't got somebody to go through the shit with. Like that, if that's your goal, if this is your driving force for your life's work, essentially, if you just driving wedges between people, something's fucking wrong with you. This shit is already trash. I promise you. I promise you, there's not a day that you can wake up and look around outside in this world and not see that it's some bullshit. Okay, I understand. Before y'all people, come with the bullshit, I understand appreciating the life that you have. Okay, I get that. Not taking life for granted, appreciating the life you have. I understand that completely. But a lot of times we act as though life is just some great hot shit happening out here and everything's all good, like, and that's just not the reality of it. It's some bullshit. Even at times where you have what's in your home situated and straightened out and everything's cool within your home, what's going on outside in the world is a lot of shit going on at all times. A lot of heavy shit going on at all times. Wars randomly, right? Whenever the fuck they decide they wanted to do, or they decide they want to kick it into high gear like that, a whole war jump out. Okay? That brewed from a conflict of some kind. And now somebody's going to try to debo the other person. This is how it works. This could be going on at any time. Okay? And we'll decide to argue about 50-50 in relationships. It's real shit going on out here. They're doing real life experiments on us, like while we're awake and participating. Mind you, this is what the entire virus situation was. It was just a real time experiment. They get to do shit like this. And we're none the wiser. We're sitting around talking about 50-50. Like, I can't deal with black folk with this shit. I just can't deal with these tables. I'm talking about daily. This is daily. This is taking place on the internet. This is what we're engaging in. We're seeing people do these ridiculous things online. You can't say nothing about the ridiculous shit they're doing because of their fan base. This celebrity worship culture that we have adopted as a normalcy is problematic. It creates a very serious issue because you can't say nothing about a behavior that you see without being a hater, or you just broke. Because y'all know niggas, they got all their capitalism from white folk, from the caves. So then they run around just calling people broke, or you just a full-blown hater. I can't say that motherfucker is on some coon shit. I can't say that. And if they have fans, because then somebody's going to say, what they're doing is genius, right? This is what they do on the behalf of people like Kanye West, who recently had another outburst, right? Recently had another outburst where he's standing around just talking. This is where he gave the whole race, black, white, it's all made up. It's a construct. It's not real. And you hear this sometimes from black folk. They'll, your skin ain't black, brother. They hit you with that bullshit right there. You're like, okay. Um, but if you call yourself something else, or maybe if you tell them it's a social construct that they invented, maybe then they'll stop. Like, it's the word black. That's what it is. It's not the behaviors and the laws and the system itself and the people that participates in the system and that fuels the system. Is no. It's none of that. It's deeper than that. It's it's you calling yourself black. Okay. All right. So what should we say? And they'll have another word, and it's like, okay, all right, whatever works, right? But if you're gonna tell me my skin ain't black, then I'm gonna have to look at you and say, well, their skin isn't white either. And I don't think they even bond under whiteness. They bond under it as an idea. It doesn't matter the word. It flesh toned, whatever the fuck they wanted to call themselves, as long as they knew that's what they called themselves and they united under that moniker. I don't know how hard it is for people to understand this. Well, it seems to be difficult for people to understand because we keep coming up with these alternative, theories. You've watched people be made white. It wasn't because their skin tone was, white as white. It didn't have nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with the power that whiteness would then give as it pertained to your blackness. That was what it was about. That's why you watched Irish people become white. Italians become white. Some of these so-called Hispanics, white. Like it everything to do. It has nothing to do with white. White folk ain't running around like, well, my skin isn't exactly white. Like that. What type of argument would that be for them to have? Like, it's a pinkish reddish hue, like. So I'm not gonna call myself white no more. Like, they're not about to do that. They're going to identify as white, and white is right. That's what they're going to identify as based on what they built under that whiteness. What have we built under our blackness? What mentality? What culture? There's no real work being done. Is why people making resolutions. I hope you niggas decide to develop you a culture built on black pride. I hope y'all do that. Now, we know what hope does, right? Float at best. That's all hope can do for you is float like a motherfucker. But my hope is that y'all will carve out a culture where you'll stop having silly arguments about the word black and your skin not exactly being bright black. You're brown. Like, okay. When y'all get done having those arguments, right? When we start looking around at some of the actions that this government is taking place in, and we sitting around looking at the famous people like a Kanye West, or people we make famous to follow after that are coons like a Charleston White, looking at these people and acting like they really be spitting like bars, just dropping the craziest, heaviest bars anybody has ever heard in their natural life. Okay. Nobody's never heard no shit like the shit that they be saying before. And look at them. They're saying it. Now, I want to take this time out right now to give my respect and adoration and praise of people who use the platform. Black people who use the platform, no matter what type platform it is, to liberate, uplift, and fight against propaganda on behalf of your people. It's a thankless job. And I'm telling you that I appreciate you. Okay? I know now the thing is to be polarizing. Okay? Black men versus black woman. You can't have balance. I can't tell you that you both coons. I gotta say that the black woman is a coon, not the black man, or the black man is a coon, not the black woman. That's the only way to satisfy or get you a, would be following. You need to be on one polarizing side or another. You need to be diametrically opposed to each other. This is what draws in the crowds. You cannot have an even balanced stance. That doesn't get any respect. So I appreciate those of you who, even though you don't get the most respect and adoration and maybe viewership or subscription, you still try. Okay. Even if you're just posting, okay, you're still trying, and I still respect you for that. Because you keep going, and these niggas will give you reasons to stop on pretty much a daily basis, i.e. saying Kanye is a genius or acting like Charleston White got his words directly from the fucking heavens, right? This man is saying stuff directly from, his words are in red, okay? Y'all Christian folk will know, y'all. That'll be a reference that y'all might get, or some of y'all ex-Christians. Mad love to you, okay? Because you don't get no respect in the work you must do to break away from that mental form of bondage. You don't get enough respect. And I know the pressure that your family will probably put you under. I know how they act. Mine acted the same way and still may to this very day. But it is what it is, regardless, okay? It is what it is, regardless. Hold on, y'all. I'm checking something. Okay. I just make sure that shit was straight. Because this shit is live, and so I can't, pause it or nothing like that. But either way, the work you gotta do to get Cave Jesus out of your mind is work that most people can't do. Most people use that for the excuse and why they engage in certain behaviors, like a Christmas, to honor their would-be Lord and Savior and all this old extra shit like that, right? It's to honor their Lord and Savior. So to be able to come and break free from that, mad love to you. To be able to challenge the thought, that you even had that was implanted in your mind all your life, to, come against it. Look at the, hypocritical shit that's saying in the Bible itself, and the people and how they engage in the practice, and the man who gave the edition of the Bible, the King James Version. Once you do some research on that shit and start breaking that shit down, like, you don't get no credit, but I'm gonna give you some credit for breaking free from that, having the bravery to break free from that, because a lot of that it's just fear. It's fear based, like most things are, right? Everything is into fear. It's a response to fear, and not believing is the fear of going to hell, of course. So to break free from that, that's been given to you since you were a child, mad love and respect to you for being able to break free from that bullshit, right? But here you have people like a Kanye West who will run around and saying shit, disrespecting black people all he wants. But when it comes to the so-called Jew, okay, he issues apologies. By now, they're probably looking at this nigga like, yo, it's not really real, right? They probably looking at him like that. I don't know why he wastes his time, or anybody wastes their time apologizing if you're going to say something, as y'all been saying all year, talking about standing on business. That's not what black people do when it comes to the white man and his mama. There is no such thing as standing on business in this particular instance, because the only way you can stand on business is versus other black people. This is how I know something is wrong, okay, that needs to be dealt with, that needs to be flushed out. You need to be coming into would be 2024 with a new vision, a new way of looking at life. Like, you can't, the only time you stand on business is versus your own other people, like your own people. You never like that with other people. You only like that against black people. That's the only time. That's the only time. And now you've decided that you hate black people. You don't want to have the support of black people. Nothing about black people is even palatable to you. You don't even like black people, but yet you have a lot to say about black people. And people can tell you don't like black people, right? And these people will, they'll have their fucking channels and shit like that. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. Let me do that real quick. Hold on. I think I might have fucked it up. Hold on, y'all. Technical difficulties real quick. I think I might have fucked it up to where it wouldn't have sent out an alert to y'all when I went live, or that I was going live. So now I'm going to hold on a second. Because now, mind you, I've been running my mouth now for about 36 minutes, right? And I wasn't really tripping that I wasn't seeing comments or no shit like that. Come to find out. Yo, it's so fucking trash. Like, come to find out, I had the shit unlisted the whole time. Come to find out, I've been sitting here talking for 36 minutes, all right? Really seriously talking, like talking about the shit that I wanted to talk about with y'all tonight and shit. The whole time, I had the shit set as unlisted. So I was talking to my fucking self. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to start over. I'm not doing that shit because I'm not going to do that, right? Some of it you missed. Okay? And that's my fault. Okay? I'm letting y'all know that's my bad, right? That's my bad. But on the playback, you can get we still going. I was still going, okay? Okay? I was still going. But okay, it was unlisted. And I'm sorry. Okay? I hadn't been live with y'all for months. It's been a while, right? It's been a while since I went live. I'm talking about y'all. If y'all can understand what I did, like when I first started this fucking video, like it was just defaulted to unlisted. Like I didn't even know to think to check that until I was sitting here, and I'm talking about not one comment was coming up, and I was like, okay, well that's okay. I mean, I don't look at the comments anyway. Y'all know that. Like I don't even look at the fucking comments, so that wasn't the issue. But it's just like, but we here, okay? We here. We're gonna pick up from where I was and what I was saying. All right. Mad love to y'all who done trickled in, and those that will be continuing to trickle in here. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I really do. Appreciate y'all for taking the time. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all know what the fuck it is. Black first, second, third. We here. Okay? We here. And that's what you can see by the title. We got New Year in quotes. Okay? We got New Year in quotes because we don't know at this point. It's looking like shit's the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost thinking that it's a joke to even call it New Year. It's like a running joke, or some type of game. I don't know exactly what type of game, but some type of game, because I'm seeing the same exact bullshit go on every single year since I've been paying attention. So I understand that, cars and technology and then the phones, they got 3 cameras now, right? Yeah, 3 cameras. But is it really a new year as far as the people? Like, I'm seeing people be big dumb. And we're going to talk about that big dumb. We're going to talk about that. But I'm going to give y'all a second to at least come on in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit that like button on the way in for me. Y'all did miss some of me talking, but it's okay. All right. We got plenty to go on. That's in my head. Cause again, I've been charging this shit up for like 2 months. I almost didn't even come in here and even fuck with anybody about anything because black people will get you to that point sometimes, right? Black people will take you there. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. We can do that if you are participating in trying to share, a logic with black people that does not involve worshiping white people. If you're doing anything involved in any piece of this, that's whether you're doing it online, whether you're doing it in real life, whether you're doing it in your day-to-day life, whether you're just doing it with your family, it's tough. It's tough every time. And you will get to a point where you like, you know what? Right? You know what? I'm not doing this with niggas no more. I'm not. Or at least not gonna do it every single fucking day. Like it's the way black people act and the way that we conduct ourselves is tough. Okay, they're discouraging. You can use words like fucking daunting. Okay, like just sad, melancholy, like whatever fucking word you want to come up with right here, it is problematic. Okay, it's problematic behavior. Hold on, let me share this to my actual page to let people know that um I'm live right now. Let me do that work really quickly. Just want to make a post letting people know. Not even on Facebook and shit, because I'm not announcing it on social media. If you hear you fuck with me, you got your notifications on, that means you fuck with me for real. If you are not subscribed to the channel, which I said, and I thought I was actually talking to people. If you're not actually subscribed to the channel itself, you will not be able to comment. Okay, I mean, just say that again. Like you won't be able to comment anything while it's really happening, while it's live right now. You won't be able to say anything. You may hear firecrackers. I said that too, but y'all wasn't here, so yeah. But okay, let me get back in here. But you won't be able to comment unless you've been subscribed to the channel for, I think it's at least 5 minutes. So if you're going to be on some bullshit on this day, you're going to have to try a little bit harder to jump through at least one little hurdle. It's not a big hurdle, but if you're going to go through all that to troll me, then, I mean, goddamn, come on. I mean, something's fucking wrong with you. And we'll talk about you as you come in. If you go through all of that just to say some stupid shit in the comment section, that's dedication. But we're dealing with these type of people out here. This is why when I say the new year part, it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't celebrate the new year. I don't do none of that shit. I do spring to spring. I don't do winter to winter. That's just a decision that I made personally. So I'll wait for the spring equinox because it's more logical to me personally. But even then, my quote unquote celebration will not be to be making dumbass resolutions or partying or getting drunk as fuck and possibly catching a vehicular homicide charge on my way home. I don't want to do none of that, right? I don't want to be at no parties with no people yelling, screaming, fireworks. Like, I don't want to do all of that. I have no interest in doing any of that, even when I acknowledge that it's a new year for me. I still have no interest at all in partying with a bunch of randoms, okay? But for the people who are going to be out there, be safe. Okay. Be safe. I mean that shit. That part I mean. Even though you doing shit that I wouldn't do, I still want you to be safe. And don't drink so fucking much. Okay. Be able to walk. I'm tired. Like I am tired. Like why is it a thing where you get drunk to where you can't walk? Like why is it a real thing? Be able to walk. I'm tired. I think everybody except y'all maybe the people that's carrying you and you throwing up and shit, like everybody's tired, okay? If you want to make some type of resolution, then do better, yo. Like be able to walk. Okay? Just let that be your new bar. You can walk. You can walk. That's what you do now. Okay? That's what you do. But y'all be careful out there. Because there are people that's going to drink until they can't walk. And you know what they're going to say? I can make it home. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but those fire, they out here going in with firecrackers and shit. Like, I don't nobody want to be around this shit, right? I don't want to be around it personally. Popping fireworks and shit when life out here is real. New year, what? New inflation, motherfucker. Like, tell the whole goddamn story. Like, look, the new year should have commas that come after it. I'm tired of it being, well, happy new year. Like, no, fuck that. You're not gonna keep telling me it's a new year. Put the comma right there. Like, new inflation as well, right? This something that y'all keep wanting us to fucking honor and respect, and this is happening. And you know, even if you make $100,000, shit, nigga, for what? It don't even matter no more. You gonna be fucked up in the game. Happy New Year. You're like, it's like, wait, what? Like, what the fuck? What you mean? Like, what you mean? So I don't work this hard to make this amount of money, and it was a good living, and you said never mind. Like, you said never mind, and Happy New Year. Like, how you doing all at one time? Like, this ain't making no goddamn sense. Right? At some point, you get to this, this type of scowl you have, like for grown folk and shit. I'm not about that party in life. I'm just not. Okay? I'm not about the party life. In no setting. There's nothing happening, no ceremony that I want to be involved in where a party is ensuing. I'm just not really, that's not my thing. Personally, you know what I'm saying? Okay? Personally, that's not my thing. But if you're doing it, be safe. And don't drink so goddamn much. I'm serious about that. Don't drink so fucking much. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't be getting drunk around randos. Ladies, I don't give a fuck if the nigga is the finest nigga in the world. You're not just getting sloppy drunk because they keep getting you drinks. You're not doing that. You don't do that no more. It's a new year, right? You don't even do this no more. This ain't even a part of your life no more. Ever. Okay? Anybody that is in the sound of my voice, you never do this again. It's just, the possibilities are too wild. Okay? Especially if we're going to continue to sit around and, these boys out here getting in trouble for this shit. I'm talking about from years ago. Right? All this partying and shit. Ain't nothing good going on with a whole bunch of partying, okay? I done lived that life before. Nothing good really comes out of it, for real. I'm going to be honest with you. I saw a lot of drunk motherfuckers. Okay? And that's really all it was. I just want people to be safe. The people that's chilling at the house this evening, tonight, really, it's about 9:40 over here where I am in North Carolina. But look, shout out to you for sitting this one out, okay? You probably up in age a little bit like me, okay? We old now. Like, what the hell? We know we done did a New Year's outside before. It was really like, nah, we done did one outside. We done did a few outside, didn't we? Okay. Ain't nothing going on out there. Ain't nothing going on out there. We done checked. Like, look, we done checked. Mm-hmm. It ain't like we don't know. You know how people treat you, like you just don't know the fun you will have if you start doing the bullshit that I'm doing. Like, motherfucker, I did it. And I didn't like the shit. That's why I stopped. Like, stop acting like it's some new some new shit going on out here. It's not. It's the same. It's the same shit. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's the same. Yeah. The same exact shit going on, right? But black folk, we gotta operate in a different form, not new, but different, right? Because there is a template for how we should behave and how we should act. There's a template for it, so it's not new. What we need to do isn't new. Okay, just because the so-called year is, don't mean the method in which we must come to an agreement, a monolithic agreement, is unity. Right? Now, of course, that's a waste of time to say possibly. Of course it is. Because why would we do that? We could just argue about what each of us brings to a table. So we could just argue about that. Like, what's all the rest of the shit? Like, why would we even do anything that has anything to do with the progression of my people? We'll just argue about tables, 50-50. We'll just keep doing that. Right? Because we've shown that we have the propensity to do that every day without getting tired. I would be impressed if it wasn't so sad, right? Every day without fail, without fatigue. Okay? I'm talking about without fatigue. You don't understand what that takes. What piece of your mind you got to be tapped into to be able to engage in this type of fuckery without fatigue? To have the same conversation day in and day out without fatigue. But do you believe that's going to be left in 2023? No. Niggas ain't leaving that. That seems to be our favorite part. Right? Niggas ain't no, we gonna do that every day. Okay? Come hell or high water. Remember shit like that? When people say shit like that, come hell or high water, we gonna do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are. And we're not gonna look around like something's wrong with us as a people. No. Something's wrong with people that engages in this behavior on the internet. Every day. Every day. Every day. I'm seeing these as far as what's going on with black people are still in every industry complaining about racism. That's from, as they say, top to bottom. Everybody's complaining about racism, ain't they? Everybody's witnessing racism, like Jonathan Majors, this coon ass nigga. Right? I can't sympathize with coons if they are still alive and well per whatever the system did to them. For example, Jonathan Majors lost deals. Not his life. He's not in prison for 30 years over a crime he didn't commit. Therefore, Jonathan Majors won't get my sympathy. I can empathize per the system being what it has been historically, but I will not feel sorry for no hoe ass nigga that decided that he wanted to lay in a cave. I can't do that. Okay? It is not in my being to do that. Had the bitch killed him and she got off due to the legal system, that would be more if something's gonna get some, that I'm gonna look at that way different than, well, you got played, nigga, you lost some money, but he's still alive. He's still gonna be okay. as far as okay is. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he won't be as rich as he once was. That's his fault. He could have left that mediocre white cave hoe alone, but he chose not. Right? He chose not. He chose not. And if niggas are going to continue to choose not, then the consequences or the side effects may include. There's a list of things. That list has got fucking, it's on a scroll at this. It's that old, right? Like, this is a list of things. When you're dealing with the caves, there's a scroll that got dust on it. Okay? The rules have been set in this for so long. It's the same stuff over and over. It's got dust on it. It's so old. And you niggas don't know the rule of the game? Like, you don't know how this shit work? You don't understand? You don't compute? Is it not making sense to you? Like, what are you not understanding? You thought you was going to walk Megan Good into a courtroom and that was going to help you? I can't even deal with these niggas for real. Like, what you thought? You bring in another black person and you thought the judge was going to see that, like, look at him. He's reformed. No, you're black. You niggas like to forget that after a certain tax bracket. Y'all like to forget. You fall for your own delusion. And you end up Jonathan Majors, who could have had Megan Good probably, or I won't say Megan Good exactly because I don't know exactly when she got divorced or whatever from that, I think, a preacher man she was dealing with, and she didn't want to fuck with him no more or some shit like that, but whatever. But he could have had a black woman. He could have had that. He could have had one of those. He could have had anyone he wanted from anywhere, you know. When you him, right? When you in that position, right? But these motherfuckers, these niggas like to forget. They like to act like they don't understand fully. Like, I can't believe what has happened here. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Do you think I'm about to come out here and give a fiery speech? No, I'm not doing that. Because I done told these niggas. And they keep making excuses as to why they have to check for the caves. And particularly when these famous niggas. And particularly the famous niggas. You don't have to do that. You don't have to act like that. But black people were complaining about racism here as well. And I'm not saying racism isn't relevant. The white man and his mama are working on you niggas daily. You take days off. They do not. They about like you with the relationship topic. You know how y'all are? No fatigue in that area. Well, that's how the white man and his mama is out here making sure this justice system don't give a fuck nothing about you. Making sure you can't get goddamn loans at banks like you supposed to. Home ownership. That ain't really happening for you unless you jump through all types of hoops with fire. Them bitches on fire and shit. You go through all of that. And then that's the expectation for you to even be able to get there. This is the norm for you. This what you dealing with at all times. You dealing with racism at every level. Them bitches don't get tired. Okay? They never get tired. It's like you are talking about femininity. Oh my God. It's about like you with that. They don't get fatigued. Being anti-black is their culture. They do it culturally, daily, ritually. That's just how they are. You out here playing. It ain't them, right? At every level you dealing with it. So now his pockets will be affected. Jonathan Majors, maybe he learned his lesson to stay out the motherfucking caves. But the thing about these other niggas that I'm seeing and I'm noticing now is it don't matter if there's a very public example of, damn, maybe I should leave white hoes alone. They still won't do it. They still won't do it. It's still not gonna, as a team, like, okay, black men, we don't do this no more. Okay? We just don't do that anymore. We don't fuck with the caves. Okay? We don't do that because we've been using the lie that they are better than black women. But if you look at how these bitches conduct themselves, they are not better than black women or any woman on the planet. They are just regular ass cave dwelling white hoes. That's just what it is. I don't know what to. You be thinking they're different. Your delusion, right? You have to be suffering from some form of delusion to believe that they're different. That they don't get mad. That they aren't argumentative. Like, you act like they won't say nothing, or they just a safe, calm, peaceful. You can hear harps and shit playing when you walking into that motherfucking cave. Nigga, you're suffering from a delusion. That's a mirage. I'm sorry. They're not no different. As a matter of fact, they're actually worse because they can take their anger and run your ass up to the police department real quick, put some type of charge on your motherfucking head. And because they're white, there is a much better chance that you are going to suffer due to her making her claims. So not only is she a woman that you got to deal with, right? There's a caveat. And you still keep laying in the caves. No matter how many public examples you see, you still keep doing it. That's delusion. That's delusion. You don't get to keep telling the world how the black man is more of a victim to the system than the black woman is, right? And then turning around and engaging in these behaviors that would suggest that that's not even really real. The black man, the legal system must love him. Like, y'all niggas is lying. Like, they must. You keep laying in the caves. Like, if you gonna keep doing that, you must be doing that with confidence. You must think everything's gonna be okay. The only way you could think everything is gonna be okay is that somehow you as a black man have got some type of rights, or your word even matters when it comes to a cave woman. Nigga. Like, nigga. You not meeting a cave hoe at a rally where she is single-handedly trying to take down racist structures and shit like that. Like, you ain't meet her at no rally where they done organize. There's a group of white hoes that done organize something to where they're really out here trying to fight racism against. You're not even meeting them at that convention. One, because that doesn't exist, but two, that's not even a fucking requirement for you. Love? Huh? What that boy said, y'all see that Dr. Umar clip? That one boy that was on Joe Budden shit. He said, I just happened to fall in love with a white woman. Like, what? What are you talking about, my boy? Like, how you, you don't just do that. That's not how it works. You making all of the same, all of equal. Like, it's just not. I'm sorry. Love is not love. You hoe ass niggas. I know you think that love is love. Don't even know where you got that shit from. Okay, you must have pulled that from a dream you had. At best, a fantasy, right? Love is not love. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm sorry, right? But this motherfucker gonna sit here and say that he just happened to fall in love with a white woman. And I don't know exactly what Umar said, but I know in my mind, I thought immediately, nigga, you set your brain to cave. Like, that's all you did. All you did was turn your knob to cave. Cause there ain't no such thing as just haphazardly falling in love. Like what TV show? Like these motherfuckers. Let me tell you something about people. I don't know whether you supposed to believe in the TV shit or that this is just happening. People just fall in love. Like I bumped into him on the subway, and at that moment, like that's not real life. Okay, that's not real life. That TV shit ain't real life. You don't just fall in love. You didn't happen to fall in love with a white woman. You kept yourself around that white woman until you fell in love with that white woman. Okay? That's what you did. You stuck yourself in a room and closed the door. Okay? Maybe swallowed the key or some shit like that. Maybe. I don't know. What the fuck? Maybe the bitch swallowed the key. I don't know. But that's what happened. Love ain't no love. Okay? That's crazy. But niggas like Jonathan Majors thought, well, I done been on the front of a magazine in some real homo ass fashion. So now I'm good, right? Everything's fine, right? No, nigga. Everything's only okay until she decides to go up and talk to the police, the cops. 3Ks. Don't get this shit fucked up, just in case you're not familiar with the spelling. Everything's okay until she just decides to use the full range of the power that she has to tear your whole ass down. Everything's okay until then. She's a woman after all. I mean, I know you made her a white queen or a white princess. This perfect bitch is not that. She gets mad. Her feelings get hurt. She's delusional as fuck, like you claim the rest of them are, and it's a fair claim a lot of times. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but you got the white bitch as some type of angelic, just from the heavens, ho. And that's not how it really is. And now you know that. And you've been knowing that for a while, and you're continuing. So this is why Jonathan Majors, I shrug, right? He's dealing with racism, but he chose to deal with that racism at that level. We got other people dealing with racism, like A1 Taraji, right? Black folk can deal with racism at every level, but they still refuse to come out and have a militant stance against racism. Y'all notice that? Does anybody else notice that but me? Here comes Taraji complaining about the racism that takes place where black women are confirmed in, or where black women are concerned in Hollywood. Okay? They're not treating black women right. Black women actresses aren't being treated right in Hollywood. They're not making as much. Right? And this is something that I think Monique had talked about it some years back. And if you go back before Monique, because people are stopping at Monique, but if you really, really deal with the Hollywood industry, this is something that black people, actually the entertainment industry as a whole, not just Hollywood, but also where the music is concerned, you'll hear about these black people that are signing bad contracts. You'll hear about these black people that are not reading the contracts at all. They're just signing them, end up selling all these records possibly and getting the notoriety, but not getting the bread. How many of y'all know that, right? Can we at least have a consensus on how many of y'all done heard that at least once before, even before Monique said it? How many times you done watched the documentary on these old Motown groups, old groups, and you'll hear about the contracts they were into? How many times? Anybody else in here done heard of this before? Because I want to walk this Taraji shit down. Everybody heard of that? Before Monique said it. Before Monique was talking about black women. What were black artists saying? Black actors saying? What are they saying? Right? They've been saying this stuff. There's been fucked up contracts. There's been low wage. But guess what black people didn't do in response to this a thing that they keep complaining about and it's not changing. They didn't remove themselves. And that's my issue. Not only with Taraji, anybody that I've heard, even the stereotypical roles that they'll give black people, you know what I'm saying? The stereotypical roles that they'll act like that they're being forced to play these roles. You're not being forced. You're being given a contract. You're reading that contract. You're signing that contract. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. The whole time you're doing that. But instead of empowering yourself to remove yourself, you'll get on a TV show or do an interview and cry. You'll cry. And you act like that is somehow going to move these caves, move mountains with these caves, and they're going to have a change of heart. That's not going to work. Taraji, Monique, anybody else that would have the issue, that's not going to work. The caves don't respond to black folk tears. They drink those like them. You know how them water jugs look. At some of y'all probably work in businesses that had them big water jugs, and you put a cup under that bitch and you pour the shit out. And that's what they do with black tears. They collect them up by the fucking gallons, and they drink them bitches at their power meetings every morning. Okay, that's a waste. That's a waste of emotion and effort to get up somewhere and cry about what the caves is paying you. No. It would take all of the black actors and actresses, both groups, men and women together, to see change. And I know that is the hardest part for black folk, ain't it? You got to be together to make shit move. Whether or not y'all get on these podcasts and talk dumb, y'all do that every single day. It doesn't matter what y'all dumbasses say. And y'all been saying it all of 2023. And then I'm sure y'all going to bring it into this so-called new one. Don't matter what you say. The only way that you move anything, the only way you get shit done is together. So it would take the black actors and actresses, and they would have to take a stand, boycott with their talent, and there would be labor in that effort to make moves, to make change. That's how it works. It doesn't work any other way. Crying on TV, having other people retweet what you said and agree with it. Keke Palmer, Gabrielle Union. I think even Monique might have said something again. You can have all these people talking. They can all talk, and y'all can send it around. Y'all can hashtag it up and, pay black women. You can do whatever you want to do. But until you remove yourself, it's just like any other work field. Your salary is it's a lot higher, but it's just like any other job. It's just like any other job. So as you're crying on your podcast, as white people are looking at you cry on a podcast, and they're not giving a fuck about you crying on that podcast, what's the other way? I think by now black people have to really, really figure this out as to what's the other way. There has to be other ways in which we want to make change. And the problem is that way is militant, and black people fear militancy, because to us, militancy equals death, equals being, they're going to send the army at motherfuckers, or it ain't even like that. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. But we fear that mindset. That mindset gets shit done. And it's a simple gesture. I didn't say Taraji go in there and stab and kill, all the so-called Jew producers and directors and whoever's sending the money. I know. Just don't participate until they pay you what you feel like you're due. Now, to me, is Taraji the greatest actress? No, she plays herself in everything I've ever seen her do. But if she has a problem, then she should be joining forces with other black entertainers. They should all be coming together. They should all be standing down. It's almost as silly as, you know how sometimes when we'll sit around and say shit like, we're going to boycott the Oscars and shit like that. You know, as a people, they be like, well, people be like, I ain't watching that shit. Fuck that. You'll do that. You'll do that work. But all of the actors and actresses, they there. You ever notice that? They be there. And once the white man looks out there and he sees those black faces, and his mama scans the other side of the room and she sees those black faces, they look at each other and nod, sip your tears, and keep fucking moving. Because they keep seeing you in the crowd. If they look out there and see all cave faces, that may send off an alarm of some sort. That may get their attention. Watching black people cry because of mistreatment is something that they've been watching for centuries. They don't care. Nigga, you lucky you even getting the $150K I'm giving you. You are lucky to be getting this. That's how they feel. And we continue to sign up from every level. You keep signing that contract. You didn't have to sign that contract. You could say, no, I ain't doing that shit. That ain't enough bread. That ain't enough residual. That ain't enough, whatever the fuck you want to break down. You could have just said that at the very beginning. Because you're Taraji now. You're not Taraji, the, just starting out actress, trying to get her first role. And no, you Taraji now. Now you crying don't even make no damn sense because you keep signing these contracts. Now I'm looking at you like, what the fuck is going on? You keep signing these contracts. And this is the first time you said something? So, I mean, I want to, ride with y'all, but y'all don't ride with yourself. From top to bottom. Black people are dealing with racism, and these people that have these big platforms would rather get up somewhere and cry and then not call out the white man and his mama by name and talk about the history of you being underpaid in Hollywood. That should be something that you're talking about, the whole history of it. You came in underpaid. But once y'all, our people got to the point where they were making a lot of, you had, these big actors and actresses making a lot of money. That should have been the point y'all pulled out right then. And let's go make our own studio or whatever the fuck, Let's go do our own thing. Make our own shit. If they ain't gonna pay us right, we ain't gotta be over there with them no more. We not new no more. We keep acting like we new niggas. I think that's the jinx we put on ourselves every year when we say Happy New Year. We keep acting like we new niggas. This isn't new. There is nothing new going on. I think we consciously putting a fucking spell on ourselves. Like, Happy New Year. Like, happy for what? What's happening? Life? Beautiful. But black folk can't even get paid in Hollywood like they supposed to. They on TV crying about this shit. Jonathan Majors don't know you ain't supposed to be fucking white hoes, or you gonna end up in a fucked up situation losing your deals that were signed by these said white men. They ain't even gotta honor their contracts with you niggas. You could have signed the contract. You get into that to have a just cause as to this is a violation of that contract. So fuck you, nigga. You violated the contract. You should have kept running from that white bitch. You should have not even engaged in. You should have been just ran clean across the city. It don't matter how long the bitch chased you. Okay? You should have ran your stupid ass clean across the city. All right? Not even pressing the button on the crosswalks. You going clean through. You jaywalking, Jay running. I think this would be more of the accurate. You Jay running all the way like you ain't stopping. That's what you do. Because if you turn around and try to defend yourself like any man would, then you're in violation of your contract. So there's that. So no, yeah, you might as well just forget those lines. We're gonna get somebody else to play the part. Yeah, don't. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we'll get another nigga to do it. It don't really matter. So you see, when you don't learn, they'll show you. And even if you keep saying Happy New Year, even though you keep claiming all this new shit, these new resolutions, you niggas are still conducting yourself in the same fashion. Non-militant. You don't want to do the thing that works, and that's you got to come together. You don't want to do that shit. New Year. Happy though, right? Y'all don't want to do the work. And the government can play in your face all it wants to, right? They just got, once they got the experiment over on black folk, I knew it's going to be, ain't no telling what's coming next. Ain't no telling. Once they was able to do that virus shit on y'all while everybody was watching, there ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. But instead of talking about any of this real shit, because I know how they act. If you study history, you'll see how they act. They'll give you a tester, okay? They give you a test run or some shit. See how much, okay, how many sheep we really got out here, okay? We got that many sheep out here that still fuck with us like that? This is what they talk about like in these meetings. They be surprised. I'm sure they'd be surprised. Like, wait a minute, we just raise gas prices on these motherfuckers. Like, we shut the shit down, right? Then we raise prices on these bitches. Like, they not gonna go for that. Are they really gonna go for that? Once they look out here and see, yeah, they going for that shit again. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't even worry about it. You ain't got to bring the jobs back. No, don't worry about that. And raise the rest of the prices on everything else too, right? And let Moderna become billionaires and Pfizer then become billionaires and anybody who invested in PPE, the people that make the PPE, let them all become billionaires. We gonna starve these motherfuckers out and raise prices on their asses. And we let that shit ride, right? Once they saw they could get that over on us, and we was gonna just go along with it. Oh yeah, y'all niggas gotta just, work harder, right? That's what we always talking like. We talk crazy. Capitalism has done ruined us so bad that we talk crazy. Completely insane. These white people be shocked in these little rooms that they be having their little meetings at their tables and shit, right? That this shit is still being able to work. Especially on us. Like, we've been here dealing with this bullshit since the beginning, okay? Nobody has on American soil, 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up, Incorporated, has dealt with more bullshit than black folk. They be shocked at some of the shit y'all let get over. Like, they've been watching us play in their face for the longest. But like I said a little bit earlier, this is the one area where black folk not going to stand on business, as these people saying these days. Like, I'm standing on business all year until the white man and his mama show up, bitch. And then you're not standing on shit. You're on your knees praying, hoping them bitches bless your food. Okay? Stop it. You don't stand on business with shit. So stop saying it. Okay? New Year, right? But we're going to do New Year. The government going to play the same old games. Right? They got that shit over on you. Then they're sending billions of dollars they're doing to Israel. Y'all know about that. They act like that. They're going to fund these wars. But then, like when you hungry, they're going to say they ain't got no money, right? So they get to play these types of games. And they can even make a news report that shows how much money they're sending over to other places. While y'all black folk, reparations, not so much. We ain't got money for that. So, but if you Ukraine, we got some money for you. We got a little bread, couple billion, nothing, just something like couple billion. Like just some billions. Ukraine, got you. And then next, I'm talking about quick. And now we're gonna support. Okay. This is what we're going to do. And they're going to let us. See, they arrogant now. We done made them arrogant because every time a new year rolls around, they are seeing how much more we are allowing them to run a fucking muck. That's all we're showing them is our consistency to be what we continue to be. They can guarantee that we're not on no militant shit. we're not on a unifying ship, that's guaranteed. It doesn't even surprise them at this point. They are very confident that we're gonna be the same. Very confident. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna do some of y'all's comments. I'm gonna read some of y'all's comments because y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I am. Let me see. If you've been following what I'm saying so far, y'all know I'm gonna ask y'all to put a B123 in the chat, right? I'm not changing that. As you're making your so-called resolutions, I want you to understand it's better that you make decisions, daily decisions. Don't just be out here planning to be better later on. Like, that don't make no damn sense. That's silly. That's silly as fuck. Go ahead and do it now. That's the only way you're going to stick with it. It got to be a daily decision. I need you to know that. Mad love to y'all. Mad love to everybody typing B123 in the chat. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you don't have the capability to comment anything. So that's just where we are with it. Hit the like button if you haven't already. If you have any comments that you want me to see, now is the time to type them. Stay in bounds, though, please. Like, stay in bounds. I want it to make sense with the shit I'm actually talking about. Don't just be saying some random ass shit, because I won't acknowledge it. Jalen Weinstead. I'll actually put your comment up on the screen. I'll put your shit up here. It says, what y'all think about the Eminem conversation? So are you asking me or are you asking the audience? Because I didn't even see. I didn't notice you said y'all right here. Are you asking me or are you asking the crowd? Let me know. Because if you're asking me, I do remember seeing that clip. And I can give my opinion about it. But I guess I should be asking, do you want to hear my opinion about the Eminem conversation? Because it's an interesting conversation. It happens a lot, actually. Okay, Jalen. Jalen said he asking me, so we're going to get into it real quick. If you don't know about the Eminem conversation, this time it happened due to Dr. Umar Johnson on the Joe Budden podcast. I think it was a snippet of him saying something along the lines, and I'm paraphrasing, that Eminem could not be the greatest rapper of all time due to the fact that he is white. Because he's white, he cannot be number one in something that was made by Africans because he's not an African. Therefore, he cannot be number one in it. That is his opinion. Okay? I think, and here's the thing is interesting about an opinion like that. I think I was more disappointed in seeing black people's response to what Dr. Umar said, because I didn't understand why would you argue against that? Because I wouldn't have. Even if I disagree, like, this is how I know that we don't have this code or this culture shit that we believe we have. Is a facade. And I keep telling y'all that, and I'm going to keep saying it. Like, even if you disagree, you maybe have a conversation with yourself, to your homeboy. You don't get online and call Dr. Umar a fucking racist. You don't do that. Because wherever Eminem is, to me, the Eminem conversation is simple. If you believe that Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time, then you're going to put him up there. And nothing I'm going to say is going to make you not put him up there where he belongs, where he goes. We haven't gate kept hip hop rap to where we make our list and it's per what we say. We didn't do that. Now I don't know whether Umar gets into that or not, but it's for him to say, hey, he can't be that. Well, we have to own that to tell somebody what they can't be. We got to own it first. I can't tell somebody the Eminem can't be. We don't own hip hop and rap at all. That should be problematic to us because we're not just starting out with hip hop and rap. We just celebrated 50 years of hip hop and rap. And in 50 years, niggas ain't pulled away. Figured out what's going on with the distribution. Played the Spook Who Set by the Doro. Like, figure out, okay, distribution is the main thing. This is the big issue, right? So by now, you should have that figured out, right? By now, you should have it figured out. So to me, that should be the conversation. Now, as far as what Umar is saying, I wouldn't argue against that. Who cares? I mean, okay, yeah, he not black, therefore he can't be number one. He didn't say he couldn't be number two, number three, number four, number five. He didn't say he couldn't be, because I would argue anybody that's going to put Eminem as the greatest rapper of all time versus all these other black men and women who rap, they're either slanted, biased, or something is wrong with them anyway. But everybody going to have different opinions about who's the top rapper, who's the best rapper, who the greatest of all time. Y'all know that. I mean, come on. Y'all should know that. So I don't think it was worth black people coming against Dr. Umar saying, I'm riding with Eminem. This is where the coon started. Once you hear the pitter patter of Lil Coon feet, because I could hear it's almost like a stampede was coming in. I start hearing a little pitter patter of Coon feet. Once you start coming out talking about that's racist, I can't believe Dr. Umar would say something like that. Now you just the pitter patter of Lil Coon feet. And this is my issue now. Not what Dr. Umar said. Not whoever thought Eminem was the greatest rapper of all time. It's the defense of a white man who isn't in danger of losing his position wherever he is in this hip hop, the construct of hip hop. He's not in danger. Umar's opinion doesn't put him in danger. But here come the little pitter patter of Coon feet, because we don't know how to allow for a black person to say something that is pro-black. Fuck the caves, fuck any part of the caves, fuck them even being a participant in this shit, which is basically what Umar's saying. Fuck them caves, all right? We run this shit, which is it's false, but I understood what he was saying. I'm not going to argue against him. But you can hear him just running up. Running the fuck up. Coming to Cape for Eminem. And I'm like, what? Niggas just don't. Do y'all not see? Like, y'all don't see this? You don't think that's problematic that you would come and try to be Superman? Like, because I know some Eminem songs. That's really a play on one Eminem songs called Superman. But here you got niggas playing Superman for Eminem. And his song went, can't be your Superman. Can't be your Superman. Can't be your Superman. Your Superman. Can't be your. I can't wait till black folk get to the point where we can't be your Superman. We can't. Black people will be Superman for white folk. I'm talking about New Year where? Where? These is the same pitter patter Lil Coon feet that I've been hearing. You ain't got to be in distress. Here they come to save the white man and or his mama at any moment's notice. Like, at any moment's notice. Any moment. Any moment's notice. How do you explain something like that? When I saw that, I said, you know what? When I saw that, I said, you know what? I ain't even going. I'm telling y'all, it took everything I had in me to come in here and get on this live tonight. I was not going to talk to niggas. I'm like, y'all just, a black man can't be militant anywhere. He can't be unapologetic anywhere without other black people coming to say how racist it is for them to be in that mindset. That was an opinion that doesn't affect anything that Umar gave, and niggas caped for Eminem. That's, I don't care where you put Eminem. To sit here and say that Eminem can't rap, it'd be ridiculous. I'm not into lying to be pro-black. I don't think you can be pro-black without truth, right? I'm not into lying to be pro-black. Eminem can rap. The greatest rapper of all time? No. No. I'm going to have to say no. As far as technicality, because to me, you know, when you argue the greatest rapper of all time, you're going to have to bring some of your personality into your opinions about who's the greatest rapper of all time. You may listen to that from a 20-year-old. It's going to sound completely different than somebody that's 45. You bring a bit of your personality into the situation, into the conversation of who you think, because there's no uniform list. Everybody has their own opinion. Same as with sports. Who's the greatest, this, that, or the other? Like, it's the same shit. You may have more people that say this, but everybody has their own opinion about the shit. It's not heavy. It's really not that heavy. But watching Coon, it kills me. So it's like New Year how? Another example. Watch this. Mia says, Rob, do you know about the discussion dealing with Simone Biles? I don't know if I got her name right. That's her name. Simone Biles. I talked about that a little bit earlier. Well, Simone Biles, but in short, what I'll say about Simone Biles is, first of all, black people are overly vested in other people's relationships. First of all, okay. Second of all, they're overly vested in destroying people that seems to have happy relationships, where one may deem one party or another weak or not necessarily responding in the way that they would or that they claim they would. I would argue they're all lying. They're not even being real about how they would respond to the situation, but they will get on some platform and tell somebody else what they would do, or what they wouldn't take, or what they wouldn't stand by, or what they're not going for, or, you know, all this other shit like this, right? This is what we have a tendency to do. What Simone Biles did was, I think the bull, Jonathan Owens, her husband, he had an interview with some guys on a podcast, which I want y'all to be wary of. When you go to podcasts, you got to be aware of what you're saying, right? Anyway, they get to a point in the conversation where he wants to talk about where he met or how he met Simone Biles. He didn't really know her like that. He didn't know she was a gymnast. You know, he didn't have any knowledge of who she was, who she really was, outside of, you know, it's just a woman trying to hit him up on this app. Once he said that the dude asked him basically, how did you bag Simone Biles? He said, well, shit, how she bagged me. That's kind of how he responded to it. Now, to me, that's some whole ass shit. You see what I'm saying? I can acknowledge some whole shit for Jonathan Owens to say, well, shit, how she bagged. Really, the question is how she bagged me. Like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? At that moment, I knew we was dealing with a whole ass nigga. Now, let me tell you something about whole ass nigga. Whole ass nigga is something that we don't really get to use these days, since everybody is using these psychological diagnoses where there is narcissistic or mommy issues or daddy issues. There was a time when somebody did some whole ass shit, you just called him a whole ass nigga. It was at this moment when he said that, because if I'm asked, how the fuck you bag Simone Biles? I got the juice, nigga. What you mean? I got the juice. That's how I bag Simone Biles. Now, the question is, how does she bag me? Nigga. You a hoe ass nigga. So, at that moment, everything that follows this is going to be hoe ass nigga. The issue is that she married to a hoe ass nigga. And if you look at her face, she's smiling at this hoe ass nigga. So, you might as well leave that girl alone. The same women that was laughing at her when she got married, her hair wasn't, I guess the shit wasn't done right according to black women. She didn't have on expensive enough dress and nice enough shoes for black women, so they roasted her the fuck up then. Even though she's smiling big as fuck in the pictures, right? Happy with her hoe ass nigga, right? What black women that saw this said was, you know what? She shouldn't be with him. Now, we've gotten so arrogant Okay, this is something that's happening to society, and particularly in this internet space when people are exposing or speaking about their relationships. We've gotten to be really arrogant to where we believe that we can tell people that they shouldn't be in relationships with people that they actually like. When you bring your fuckery and your bullshit to the conversation, your projection to the conversation, your opinion then is said tainted. It ain't right because you thinking about well, Simone Biles is way more famous than him. What the fuck was she? That's you. You slow like that. You think that's what you build on in a relationship because something is wrong with you niggas. When the conversation becomes about money and status, this all niggas I'm talking about, even the high values and this, that, and the other, it's money and status. And status is built on your accolades. In Simone Biles' case, she's a world-renowned Olympic gymnast, beast gymnast. It's her status. And of course, she has her endorsements and things like that. That's her money. She going to probably be making more than him. This is why them bitches was saying, how the fuck could you be the catch, nigga? You don't make the income. You're not known as she is. When he said he was the catch, she smiled. Didn't bother her. He said, you know what? Because the man trapped him when he asked him, was so you basically saying you the catch? And he just too dumb of a nigga to say, he just didn't say it right. He was a whole ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? He just a hoe. But in the situation where he's saying that he's a catch, he said, I always think men the catch. Y'all didn't hear that man say that? I always thought like this. This ain't nothing new. Simone, that means Simone knows that. He feels that way. She still married him, even though he feels that way. She still smiled in the interview, even though he feels that way. But here come people. Well, that's going to create a power imbalance, and he going to be jealous of her. He going to resent her. Look, shut the fuck up. Let that girl be happy. That girl's in her 20s. If I'm not mistaken, she's not an old lady, I don't think. She's happy with the man she got. The problem is that we have gotten too arrogant. We think we can get online and shoot this shit and think that that's going to destroy somebody's relationship. Simone Biles stood on her relationship, and basically, even as people were telling her all this shit and she reading all this shit that y'all saying, she said, fuck y'all. So I'm proud of her for that. I'm proud of her for ignoring these hoes. I'm proud of her. These are facts. These are facts, Terry. By some black people calling Dr. Umar a racist shows some black people really don't know what a racist is, and that's sad as fuck. I would take your word some, and I would upgrade it to most. Anytime you're militant, black, man or woman, other black people will call you racist right along with the caves. You sound so hateful. Oh my God. You're so hateful towards them. I'm like, if I sound hateful, but yet I'm not doing nothing but telling the truth. But my sound, my tone is hateful. What is in your book that these people have done to earn your love? Can we compare notes? Maybe you got something different than me. I'm trying to understand people better, in my life. This is what phase of life I'm in right now. I'm really trying to understand people better. Let me see your notes. We'll compare. Because maybe you got some shit in there that I don't, you know what I'm saying, that ain't in mine. And you got a reason to sit around and be loving and jovial and ha and shuck and jive for these motherfuckers. Like, maybe you got that in you, but I'm on the militant understanding of my pro-blackness and how it's supposed to be acted out and how I'm supposed to carry my pro-blackness. I got this way. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But militancy has always been the least favorable, mindset for any black person that is pro-black to have. It's always been the least favorable. So Dr. Umar being that way, in those moments about interracial dating, about Eminem, those are going to be areas where black people are going to have very, very serious problems with Dr. Umar. When you have the niggas that's laying in the caves, they're going to hate that he has that opinion about their character, that they are bitch made hoe ass niggas. They're gonna hate that always, because Umar has a hard stance on those things. And I know this because motherfuckers that have a problem with me, because I got the same type of stance. Now, I don't give a fuck about Eminem and no shit like that, but it's not a matter of, I'm going to argue against Dr. Umar on that point. That I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all. Because I understand he just being his unapologetically black self. That's who he is. That's what he believe. Okay. Okay. Exactly. Like, astrology comedy says Simone don't give a fuck, LOL. And she shouldn't. And she shouldn't. I don't think no woman should. I'm going to tell you, like, with this internet shit, no people should be allowing for outside random people to affect their happiness. Like, I think that is very, very silly. Especially grown people. And particularly grown people. Married people, what the fuck they want her? That's her husband. That's her husband. No matter what you saw in that interview or what's going on, that's her husband. And she happy with that boy. So just let her be happy. Like, I'm glad she don't give a fuck. Jay Barry, you dropping. Hey, that's a very good point. But the remark from him was some clown shit, though. Realistically, not every dude is the catch. Some dudes are just trash. Absolutely, absolutely. But if that's what he believe, you gotta, you know. I don't even know what comes to the catch. The the decision on who is the catch seems to be an area of contention for black people. So I don't even understand the acknowledgement of who the catch is. Because the catch aren't the people together. The catch, I thought, was supposed to be the relationship that they create together or the energy that they create together. That is the catch, not the people individually. Like, I don't really look at it like that. And I think that's, once we start trying to figure out, it's the same thing as the high value shit. If you really look at it, like, it's the same conversation. Well, who is the high value one, or who does bring the most to the table? Or once you start that bullshit with who to catch and who not to catch, the relationship itself is the catch. If it's real, if it's fun, if it makes her happy, if it makes her feel secure, if it shows him love, if he feels like he's secure, that's the catch part. I don't know what people be talking about. Because you can even be a catch for somebody that at that moment, and you could have not been with somebody else. But y'all are catch for each other in that moment. Like, again, these conversations, and you're absolutely right. It was some clown shit to say, but the fact that that's even something that people won't even, try to think about, like figuring who the catch is, that already creates an issue. That creates an issue. Because what are we talking about here? You may be the catch when it comes to, picking that whole couch up or whatever. She may be the catch when it comes to balancing the finances or whatever. The relationship itself is supposed to be the catch. And this is why when we have these conversations on who brings what, this is why the conversation is so circular, because it's dumb. It's rooted in idiocy. There is no logical point in any of it. The relationship itself, it should be the catch. But we don't, we don't think like that. Apparently, something is wrong with us, or something is wrong with me. It could be me. It could be me, but it should be. You're absolutely right. Astrology comedy says black pride is not militant. It should be. The fact that it's not is the flaw. That's our flaw as a people, because our black pride looks like, kumbaya. It looks like that. We're just trying to be accepted. Our pride is rooted in us trying to be accepted by other groups, in which case, this is why we don't have, to me, we don't have a black culture, because we just took white culture and we put it in blackface. You see what I'm saying? So, your pride not going to be militant, because your pride it doesn't exist. Anything you believe in, you're going to be quote unquote militant about it. Anything you believe in. That's whether it's black pride, whether it's your Lord and Savior, some of these people. You're going to be militant about it. You're going to be very matter of fact about it. You're going to speak about it with passion. That's just what you're going to do, no matter what it is. It just so happens with black people, black pride isn't on the list of things that we feel passionate about, that we feel that we have a sense of courage or bravery about our black pride, and that's why it just is what it is. You'll see people that will have militancy about their shoes, their clothes, their car, and I'm using militant as they feel strongly about this stuff. They'll fight you about this shit for real. We don't feel like that about black pride as a people overall. It's always a small group of us that feel that way, and we're looked at as the outcast or the would-be black sheep when we approach our black pride with militancy, with a militant mindset, which is basically, I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I think a lot of times the word militant itself, that people just automatically start thinking about guns. Well, you have to be militant minded first. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I'm going to tell you this truth, and you're going to get this work if you come for this work. And that's just what it is. To me, that's what militancy is. I ain't scared of who, no matter who's here. I'm going to present this information like this. I'm going to tell the truth, no matter what. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and act like America isn't racist to make my white coworkers feel okay. Because if this the conversation is being had, and it's a lie. So I'm going to bring some truth to it if I'm asked or if I'm broached or brought into the conversation. To me, that's being militant. Stand up around these motherfuckers, looking them in their eyes and telling them the motherfucking truth and not dropping your head. That's militant. You got to be militant minded for that, though. That's before you even get to guns and shit. But we got militancy as this outfit you put on. You put on you a beret, you put on you a bulletproof vest, you get you a gun, put on you some black boots and some camouflage. Oh, well, now this is it. This is what we needed right here. We needed this part. It's the mentality that would lead to that part that we are most needing amongst us. I don't give a fuck what these white people are talking about. And we ain't got that. We ain't got that. We be out here playing games. We like to play. And that's why, again, new year, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that something we're going to leave behind in 2023? Because you know how niggas is, right? All this stuff they're going to leave behind in 2023. We need to leave this behind. We need to leave podcasts behind in 2023, which is funny. I mean, y'all really should. But it's not their fault that y'all listening to it. Like, that's really not on them. I honestly believe that if you just stop listening to them, they will fade into oblivion. They will. But if you're going to continue to listen to them, then they're not going to go anywhere. You know, you just have to stop giving them your attention. I know they're forced on you. You have to see little snippets of them and shit like that. But I mean, I get it because I be sharing some of them too. So I get it. That's the conversation. That's how you reel niggas in these days is with a relationship question, comment, or something. That's how you get us in. That's how you get black people's attention. You know, that's the most successful way to get it anyway. And it's sad. That sex, relationship stuff. That's going to get our attention the fastest, the quickest, and will lead to the discourse, the conversations, the arguments, the things that we choose to argue about. It's all sad. It's all sad. But it ain't gonna be no pro-black shit. Once you got, especially with these caves, with the amount of cave dwelling niggas that want to just deal with the caves in peace, like they always gonna be anti-you. You're gonna deal with black people always being anti-black militancy. They're gonna be against it. Like, nigga, I just want to get this white pussy. Like, what is your big problem? Like, what are you going on about? You know what I'm saying? Me one of those situations. Like, what are you going on about? I'm just trying to get this white pussy. I'm trying to get this cave pussy. Like, this is all I really need in life. This makes me feel accomplished. This is a status symbol for me. I'm fucking the slave master's daughter. Ha ha ha. Like, these niggas be so delusional. It don't make no sense. That's why it's a waste of time even talking to them at this point. It just is what it is. It's a waste. Wait, and hold on. I'm trying to get to y'all's questions. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what you're saying here. No. I'm not even gonna try your last name. Okay, you're not even asking me. I swear I keep fucking this up. Does Rob fuck with Boyce Watkins? I don't give a fuck about Boyce Watkins at all. I can give a fuck less about Boyce Watkins. I don't really fuck with I don't fuck with nobody. Quite honestly. I don't fuck with people like that. So that could be a flaw in my character, but I just don't. I don't. Most people are out here trying to sell black liberation, and that makes me not fuck with them anyway. You want black people to be better, but you want to sell them everything. Or you want to get them involved in some type of scheme, or whether it's real estate, or whether it's some type of, pyramid scheme type of shit you got going on for like, I don't fuck with none of that shit, man. I don't fuck with that shit. I'll let y'all have that. I'll let them be y'all's people. But that's not, no, that's not my shit. I don't fuck with people like that. I don't fuck with people like that. Brother Deshaun, what's going on, man? Says, nice to hear from you. Rob, Democrats' ass is grass in 2024. No reparations, no turnout. It doesn't matter if the Democrats' ass is grass. Our ass is grass every year, no matter whether Democrats are in there or not. And I think at some point we have to look at that, right? We're going to have to look at that at some point. But if you think black people are not going to vote because of reparations, Deshaun, I hate to break this to you. I really do. I almost guarantee that you're a good brother and you got the good and the best intentions and, ideas about black people. But no, that is not how voting with black people works. And there aren't enough black people that are saying that they're not going to vote for that to be something that really happens. And I do apologize to you, brother. I thought, maybe by now too, but no, these niggas are still talking about voting is how you honor your ancestors. So once you got that type of people that's out here acting like that, they're going to fall for the propaganda, the go vote propaganda that they'll be spreading out here. They're going to go for it. And black people going to vote for somebody. I mean, I don't know who they're going to vote for, but they're going to vote for somebody. And somebody's going to come into the office that is anti-black. That's what I know for a fact. I know that it's going to be an anti-black America again, like no matter what. So I know that for a fact. I wish that was maybe a call for niggas to be like, no, well, we're not getting reparations because you're not getting reparations. So that would mean that no black people are voting. And that's just not, that's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I really am. I wish we was that kind of people. But we're not. Not yet. Maybe this quote unquote new year, niggas will change, right? Like, maybe. Or either they about to hit this with. Is there some special, is 2024 the, year of awakening for niggas? Or, niggas like to do that every once in a while. Niggas gonna be getting special powers at the age of, Aquarius or some shit. I ain't no telling with niggas. Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling, but I do know that the decisions need to be made, right? We have to decide to be better at some point, better mentally. And I don't think we've decided that yet. I think at some point we will. Hopefully in my lifetime. I don't think it's gonna be no time soon because niggas is still very, very sad to me when I'm looking at the, what's going on the internet and what's got black people's attention. It's always very, very it's very sad. It's very sad to me because we sitting around bragging about all this money that we making and all this whole shit like that. I read an article the other day that said the homeowner wealth gap is widening, and the new restrictions may make it widen even more. And if you read the restrictions, they're just anti-black restrictions. And I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, you know, if it ain't Blueface or Krishan Rock or whatever the fuck they doing, if it ain't Simone Biles and her husband, what they doing, if it ain't, Tia somewhere, whichever one of them got divorced from the one boy, she's somewhere doing whatever the fuck she doing. You gotta give your opinion about that. If it ain't somebody's relationship, what about Tiana Taylor and the bull she was fucking with, like Imam, I think, or something his name is. Like, if it ain't that type of shit, if it ain't, well, who the fuck did Puff try to goddamn run up on back in the day? More Cassie or whatever going on. Where if it's not that quietly behind all this shit, it don't matter. Here they come with new rules. Like, it wasn't already hard enough for black people to get a goddamn home loan. As it stood, it was already racist in its creation. Now it's going to be even harder because they're going to argue the fact that you are a high risk loan. What they're saying to you when they call you a high risk loan is that we're not going to pay you a livable wage so you can have shit in life. But what we're going to do then is also give you a name and make you carry this badge of being high risk, so therefore you can never own shit either. So you're gonna be fucking working yourself to death for the rest of your fucking life. That's what that is. They have new stipulations to determine what's high risk, and that's gonna be anti-black. While that's going on, black people believe in that, well, whether you're Democrat or Republican, this is just going to change. Like, no, this ain't got nothing to do with whether you're Democrat or Republican. This is just anti-black. And you ain't realized to look at things from that purview yet. You still thinking it's, that's going to be something that the Republicans are going to love. Like, who cares? It's anti-black. And it's going to be harder for you. And you're going to still be telling black people to fucking work harder, pull themselves up by their bootstraps, calling people broke, laughing at people's low credit scores. You still gonna be engaging in that type of fuckery. Well, black people gonna be engaged in that type of fuckery, right? Like, that's what we do. While all this shit going on in everybody's relationship, everybody fucking, pictures of people sitting at restaurants. Look who spotted with who. Like, it's like, what the fuck? And we don't think anything is wrong with that. You gonna come into a so-called new year doing this type of shit. You think the people about to get better? No. They're not. These are the same people. These are the same people. And they'll keep playing these games as long as we allow them. But let me pause for the calls and show love to everybody that's here. Let me just show some appreciation. I've been talking about shit in here. It's been a while, y'all. But hit that like button if you haven't already. If you got the time to. I know you got the time to. You ain't doing shit else, right? Bring in your so-called new year, hitting the like button on some real shit. Maybe that'll turn the page for you this year. But like I told y'all, this is about decisions, right? It's about decisions that you make to be a better person. Some people make the decision, some people don't. Some people will pass away and never decided to make the decision to be a better person, overall. And that's really what it's all about. The resolution shit is trash. It's made with fake energy, so it can't sustain itself. It's fake energy. You're doing it as a rite of passage. Something you think you supposed to do, right? That's not real shit. And even though this fake shit is taking over the world, it don't have to take over you. You can be one of the few who don't allow this shit to take over. And just be better. Decide to be better and be better. That's all you gotta do. Decide to focus and focus. That's all you gotta do. And mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Worry about your family. Worry about the people you care about. All this getting heated and passionate about random people that you don't know nothing about. Like, we gotta, like, come on, yo. You ain't lying, Lily. You're not lying, but that's a state of mind, right? Lily of the Nile said it's lonely, though. It is. It can be very, very isolating. I like to call it isolating. I don't like to use the word lonely because I do feel like that's a state of mind, being lonely. But you can be isolated from people. That is a real thing. And a lot of people deal with that. And it's very difficult because I don't have there's no cure necessarily for that, because the way that you may require somebody to be or the way you may require somebody to think may not be all about how much money they make. And that seems to be the conversation these days. It's all about money. And if somebody can buy or do or pay, then they're just the type of people you want to be around. And that's just not how reality actually is. But that's being pushed as that's what reality is. It's a money thing, and money is what is going to make two people work it out, or make one person not be lonely if they actually are lonely and meet somebody and they can buy and pay for stuff. And that's going to make them, that's going to fill that void. It don't work like that, especially if you're in this mindset. It can be very, very isolating. It really can. It really, really can. Especially if you true to this shit. A lot of people, they not true to this shit. It's more of a online type of deal, or shit like that. Like it's some online shit. They mind really ain't on shit in real life. They just do this shit online. It's kind of like an outfit, or you can be fake, and that shit is cool these days. Well, shit, I would argue it's been cool for a long time, but now you just see so much more people faking this shit, and it gets very, very, very isolating. It does. It does. Because you don't want to smile for the picture no more. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And especially when you're getting up in age, you end up giving up or some shit like that. Like, fuck this shit. I ain't going to never find nobody, or I ain't going to never have nobody to deal with me, or I ain't going to never have, somebody to be around me that's in the same mindset as me. Like, don't give up hope, yo. It's tough. I'm not going to sit here and act like it ain't. It is tough fucking work. You have to, and the hardest part, honestly, is you have to be open to meeting people. You got to be open. It's some bullshit. I know. I promise you I know. But you have to be open to meeting people. And that's the hardest fucking part. Because you feel like you already know. Like, god damn. This going to be some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This going to be some bullshit. This motherfucker going to be on the same type bullshit. I just don't really want to deal with nobody. Like, I don't want to do none of that shit because I know how people are. But you have to keep putting yourself out there if you desire to have someone that is, you know what I'm saying? Like, that can be that for you in that same mindset. Like, seriously. Yeah, those are facts. These are facts. She says you can meet people, but not on the same frequency. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Especially if you got other prerequisites there too. It could be tough. It could be very, very tough. You know what I'm saying? It could be very, very tough out here. I understand. Please believe me. I understand. Okay, here we go. That brother said what? He said, Daryl says in 2023, the word nigga should be left behind. Too many Negroidians are saying it too much in the presence of white folk. Well, to be fair, if black people stop saying it, it's not going to stop white people from saying it. To be fair, they're still going to say it regardless. And if you think about it, they were kind of, what they did have, it was the ER, but they were saying it first. They were saying the ER first. But if black people stop saying nigga, the black folk ain't about to, they're not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope, not gonna happen. But I'm not knocking you. If you feel like there's something that you feel like should be left behind, you shouldn't say it at all. You most definitely shouldn't say it at all. At least you. It can start with you. Brother Pyro says, I remember a while ago you said the only option left was to go back to cooning. I was being most definitely sarcastic and or facetious. Like, there's no way. I can't. I can't go back to cooning. One thing I can do is, stay away from, being on making videos as much. You know what I'm saying? I can stay away from that energy in that space, being in a situation like that. But as far as just cooning in life, I'm never gonna do that. I don't even allow coon shit to go on around me. I correct coon shit. I don't care. I can't do nothing about it. Or I make an attempt to correct coon shit. Let me be fair and honest, because sometimes you can talk to people and they still not gonna understand what the fuck you talking about, and they're gonna go on about their ways. But I do make an attempt to correct all types of self-hating propaganda, anti-black propaganda, and coon shit that takes place around me at all times. So, no, I'm not going back to being on no coon shit. But this shit can make your head hurt, okay? Understand that. It can make your fucking head hurt caring about black people, wanting black people to be better in the way that we present ourselves to the world, wanting us to have a uniform. You know what I'm saying? Like something that we're uniform about. We're not really uniform about anything. There's not one thing that we are uniform about, and particularly when it comes to a said black culture. And since one doesn't exist, I can understand us not being uniform about that, but I do feel like we need to be working toward carving out a said black culture. I think we need to be working towards that. Right now, it's an outfit. It is something somebody could put on. It's a vocal inflection a person can have. It's words a person can use. It's dance moves a person can do. And in which case, they're trying to act black. The only thing that can't be mimicked, that can't be copied, is black pride. That is the only thing not one said culture vulture can vulture. They can't do anything about that. And I would actually argue that black people are the culture vultures, because we've taken everything that the white man and his mama do, every way that they live their life, and we have infused it into our own. I think that's very sad, but I do believe that comes down to us not having a culture. That comes down to that. You cannot mimic black pride. You can't. You just can't do that. You can't mimic that. Oh, man. Brother Jay said, but black folks sure are devoted and dedicated to imaginary fuckery, though. Let me tell you something about imaginary fuckery. When it comes to these church folk, it's so real. Like, I don't even say too much no more. The only way I'll say something now is if somebody's trying to impose on me. I had a guy try to impose. It was actually Islam. He tried to impose. I was at a truck stop, and he tried to impose Islam on me. And that was rare. Normally, I'm not used to them doing a walk up on you randomly while I'm pumping gas style shit. But I'm like, no, I did the Christianity shit with religion. I'm not signing up for Islam. Like, I'm not going to go from religion to religion to religion. I know some people do that. It's normal. They'll get taken away from one and then given another one, and they'll be that. Now, like, no, when I said fuck that shit, I meant fuck all this shit. Like, all y'all wild, and you can call him Allah all you want to. It's the same thing. That boy ain't doing nothing, and thus I can't fuck with that boy like that. I'm sorry. If you need that boy to get you some sleep at night, you do your thing. This boy said, well, if you change your mind, at that point he conceded the point. Like, no, what? If I change my mind, what? Call you? Like hit you up. Like I don't know that Muslims exist. I already knew. If I gave a fuck about that, I'll be reading the Quran right now. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't believe in none of that. I understand. Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, even if you didn't, I want you to get the fuck away from me. Like, look, whether you understand or not, I want you to concede and back away. Like, it was cold. It was like goddamn 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, motherfucker, back away. Okay, I'm trying to get this goddamn fuel so I can get the fuck up out of here. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing Allah with you. Well, you know, we actually preached that Jesus is real too. Oh, you don't say. Like, okay, you double delusional. Okay, so you'll do Allah, Muhammad, and y'all, Jesus, he was a prophet. Okay, you don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, my boy. No, I'm all set. I didn't need you to give me that y'all over there fuck with Jesus too. I didn't need that. But get the fuck away from here for real. Like, stop. Like my nigga, I didn't give a fuck about. I knew that. This is one of the things that I find interesting about y'all. But no, I'm good. I'm good, my nigga. You go ahead. You go ahead. Because you praying 5 times a day and he ignoring you way more than even God ignore the Christians. Like at this point, the frequency is too high, right? He ignoring you at 5 times the rate. Well, I'll say Christians probably could do it. If they pray over their food, they may pray less 3 times the niggas gonna eat. And then they do it in the morning and night. That's 5 times a day. So maybe God is ignoring Christians at the same rate as the Allah is ignoring Muslims. I'm thinking it's the same rate at this point. Because 5 times, 3 meals, morning and night. That's how a really devout Christian would pray. Yeah, all of them getting ignored all day long. Left on red, I think, would be to make the young folk understand. Like, they getting left on red. So I'm good. I'm good. I don't like the way they treat y'all. Like I'm not the way they treat y'all, I don't really want to go back. I can see if there was some great improvement, but I'm not going back. I'm not even going back. I'm not gonna do it. They ain't even treating y'all right. How the fuck TD Jakes get caught up in some shit that Puff got going on? Like y'all got ain't even, that man probably pray a lot loud too. He probably be yelling shit when he pray. And God still, let me get you caught up real quick. Then. Let me start a lie real quick, nigga. Like, yeah, I don't even protect you from getting lied on, nigga. Like, he won't even treat that boy like that. So it's like, some of these people that really, really be with the shits, he ain't even holding them down right. How the fuck TD Jakes get caught up in that shit? Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, you. But TD Jakes was also cool with Creflo. And that was a wild boy. And Eddie Long. Let's slow down and look at this thing. Like, T done been into some, some tough. He done been in tough spaces. I'll say it. Okay. He done been in some tough spaces. We know Eddie Long was tough. I hesitate on even saying his last name. That's how tough he was in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hesitate to say his last name. Okay. That bothers me to even say Eddie Long. You know what I'm saying? That last name is tough because of how he got down in life. This man was out here wilding, right? And Creflo was cool with him. Last name Dollar, like, right? And TD Jakes cool with him. Come on now. Act like I'm gonna forget that he laid hands on. Well, no, did he lay hands on Tyler Perry and Tyler Perry passed out? Or did Tyler Perry lay hands on him and he passed out? Either way, that bitch went right back into him. Apparently the prayer didn't work. So y'all be doing all this shit. And I know that Baba done said something about men putting on woman's clothes. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those, so I don't think it's working for y'all like that. Like, no matter how y'all yell and paint, y'all like, this nigga passed out when I saw that shit. Hold on, let me see if I can find this shit. Hold on, let me see if I can find a picture of TD Jakes goddamn praying over Tyler Perry. Watch it. If I find that shit, I'm gonna share that with y'all. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. It's like, my boy, like, that boy can't even get up out of woman's clothes. Like, Medea, like, Come on now. That man said something about that in that book y'all be reading, right? Y'all keep skipping that part. Okay. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, look at this shit. No, it was Tyler. Look, y'all look at this shit. I'm about to show y'all this shit. Like, I can't deal with these niggas. Like, hold on, man. I can't deal with these niggas for real. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I ain't got time. This segment is gonna be why brother Rob don't got time. Watch this. Guess what this is? Watch this shit. Come on, man. What the fuck I'm gonna do with this? Here is Medea, full blown. Let me get this off. I'm gonna show y'all the whole thing right here. What is this? Okay, this is TD Jakes passed out, hands up. Tyler Perry with the Holy Ghost clearly running through his hand, and Medea made somebody pass out. How? And went right back to the house and put on a dress. How you do that? Sir, how are you pulling this off? And I know it's in there. You ain't supposed to be wearing woman clothes, my boy. Like, let alone the voice and the hair. Like, this is the clothes. Like, you couldn't even show up with a beard in the dress, right? That's what it says. Okay, you're not supposed to be in women garments. So that's before the voice, before the makeup, before the wig, before we get to all that, the dress. Okay. So, how you able to lay hands on anybody in the world, by the way, let alone TD Jakes, and TD just gonna pass out like he felt the Holy Ghost? Stop this. Okay, I want you to stop playing in my face now. And then I shared on my Instagram page, TD Jakes' wife, apparently, she cutting the motherfucking rug. She done had an automatic healing. Her leg healed up. She started shouting around the fucking church. I say, these people play so many games. Why would I do this? Why would I go play with them? Okay, what if I don't want to play? Like, I'm taking my ball, I'm going home. Like, bitch, I'm not playing with y'all like this. Not this nigga passing out and that boy going to put a dress on in a little bit. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that with Tyler. I'm not doing it with TD, the Eddie Nim, the Creflo Nim. Like, these people hang together. So, therefore, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those situations. Like, I'm not doing none of these motherfuckers. Right. This makes perfectly great sense. Tyler Perry gave $1 million donation. That's why Jakes was acting like that. Y'all ever heard that saying, money make me come? So basically you saying TD felt that really might be breaking weak. Money make him come. And if you acting like that, you can't be about no Jesus. Can you? I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe it's cool Jesus. You know, he was a cool nigga. So apparently he was a forgiving nigga. So, but if you can be a money make me come ass nigga and still get the Holy Spirit, that's, I mean, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Like, what can you do in a situation like that? This is a money makes me come ass nigga. So there's that. I knew I was gonna find that bit. But see, when people be trying to give me it's like it ain't even working for y'all really heavy like that. Like, no, man. And there's people that need it more than me. Go help them with it at best. Like, goddamn, it's too much suffering in this world. Like, Allah and God, Jesus, who the fuck ever, they ignoring all y'all. They ignoring all of y'all. I don't have time for that. I don't like the way they treating y'all. Okay, this is really me advocating for you. Okay, I'm gonna be what they call a Christian advocate. Okay, I see the way that God is treating you. I'm gonna create a goddamn shelter for these bitches. Like, I see the way he treating you. You keep praying. Okay, you keep praying. I see how he treat you. I'm here to help. Fuck that boy. That's what we gonna get to that point. We gonna get you away from him. Almost like they do the bitches when they be getting their ass whipped and stuff like that. They put them in them homes and put them in WITSEC and shit like that. I'm gonna give you a whole new identity. We gonna move you out to Kansas somewhere, okay? We're gonna get you away from God. He ain't treating you right at all. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's where I'm not. Mm-mm. It should be a shelter or something for Christians for real. Like this Allah shit. Like he ain't the way y'all women folk. Oh, yeah, y'all need to come get in this shelter. I'm gonna get you passport. What you need? You need new identity. Okay, cut your hair. We gonna cut your shit off. We're gonna dye you up. We're gonna move you out the goddamn move you somewhere real quick. Like that's what they be needing for real. That's I'm a religious advocate. I'm advocating for people who are in these systems of indoctrination and pseudo belief, and we're trying to save as many as we can. Okay, I need to give me an 800 number so you can call. Like this bitch been praying for 50 years. Yo, my mama been praying for 50 years, and this whole ass nigga ain't did shit. You called the right place. Okay? you, you, you called the right place. I know exactly what to do for your mama. So we tired of this nigga. 50 years, like she was tithing too. Was she tithing? Oh hell no, we not taking that shit no more, right? Like we not taking it no more. Okay, you called the right place. I think I could do a service to people doing some shit like that for real. People needing help. Like, let me get you out of there. Like it ain't working. It is not. It ain't working. I'm sorry. So there's that. And I'm gonna talk to God for you. Don't worry. Okay? You don't have to say nothing. I'm gonna cuss his ass out. You don't say nothing, but don't jump on his side either. Cause I know how you bitches be wanting to get, and then I'm trying to get in the middle, and then you jump on his side, and both y'all try to double team me in this bitch. I'm not going for none of that. I'm gonna handle the verbal. Okay, I'm gonna do the mediation on your behalf. I'm gonna cuss his ass the fuck out and tell him how he been treating you. But do not take his side. I know how y'all bitches get. Don't do that. We're not going for that. Okay. We're not gonna do that. Don't try to double team me. Start quoting scripture and shit. And I thought we was moving. We was breaking free from this nigga. Like, don't start quoting Psalms out this bitch now. Don't do it. Yo, shepherd and all this shit. I don't want to hear that. Goddamn shepherd. Like, the Lord is your shepherd. He know what you want, but you still praying 5 times a day. Get the fuck. I'm not listening to none of that. If he know what you're talking to him, fuck. What's the conversation about if he already know? Like, stop this. You done called him Lord and he still ain't giving a fuck. Like, stop this. We're not doing this no more. We done with this. We done. We not doing it no more. You know, but you still gotta talk, and then he's okay. This narcissism. Ain't that what y'all? Is this a narcissist? Like, is God a narcissist now? Like, can we get real? These is narcissistic ways, tendencies, red flags. Like, God might be a goddamn red flag, bitch. You might want to check this shit out. I don't know, but it might be some narcissistic tendencies this motherfucker got. And I'm gonna do the talking. Don't worry about it. So it might have to be some shit like that. But I think, with the right push, right? Like, with the right push. For real. Yeah, anybody that's laughing, I want y'all to know there's a special place in hell for us. But at least we'll be down there laughing, right? At least that's what we can look forward to that. There's a special place for us, and at least we'll be together, right? At least we'll be together in that bitch, because it's, at least we'll have each other. But it's a special place. I want y'all to know that, because y'all don't have to be laughing. Okay? Let it to I got my sunscreen. Right. Like, the fuck? We'll have each other be laughing to eternity. They don't get tired, goddammit. Like, if them niggas laughing the whole time, eternity, nigga, what's up? You gonna kick me out? You want me to leave? Like, shit. I'm laughing. I don't give a fuck. But not for it. Like, for real. Okay, we going. Let me mad love to y'all. What time? Okay. It's almost well, I mean y'all about to hit y'all mark, okay? Y'all about to hit the mark. Resolutions. Y'all drinking more water or what we doing? What we doing? Who's engaging in resolutions this year? We drinking more water or what? What we doing? I want to know. What type of resolutions are y'all got? Bars. This is bars. I ask myself every day, like, listen, aren't we in hell already? Like, girl, look. If you told me, I wouldn't argue with you. This is one of them things I'm not gonna argue. One, almost like Umar shit was. Ain't no point in me arguing that. You say we is and goddamn, I'm gonna say yep. Okay. You drinking more water, Paris? Says she exercising more. Okay. What type of resolutions we making? Anybody not cooning as much as they did this year? A lot of people cooned at a rate that could lower the rate in the next year coming. Show of hands. Anybody gonna coon less? Anybody doing that? Anybody want to be a part of that? These are facts. These are facts, but I'm fucking with people. Sweetie said, F a resolution, just live better every day. You're absolutely right. But I'm fucking with people. So now I'm at the fucking with y'all portion of the show. I want to see some resolutions out this bitch. I mean, I know people want to drink more water, exercise. No one ever wants to coon less. I'm hoping maybe cooning less will make the list this year of would be resolutions or decisions or whatever you want to call them. They out there still doing a firecracker shit, but whatever you want to call it, is anybody going to coon less? Show of hands. Anybody? Because there's been moments where you possibly caught yourself, and you might have caught a stray. It could have been, you could have been cooning by proxy. You was around some coons and you happen to get caught up in some coon shit. It could happen. It happens to the best of us, okay? But what you got to do this year is put yourself in less coony situations, okay? Have less coon opinions and thoughts that you want to share with the world, okay? Let's try to coon less this year, okay? This is respectable. This is respectable. Mia says, I'm choosing not to be as emotional about things, especially people, as a very good observation or a good resolution or a good choice. I like your wording here. I like you said, I'm choosing. That's the power. That's the power right there. And you choosing not to be as emotional. That's power. Because that is a choice, and you got to make that choice every day. So don't think you're going to make that choice on Monday, and then come Tuesday, you're not going to make that choice again. It becomes something you do every day. That's a daily choice that you make to be better in that way. Because people ain't worth a damn. I'm just going to keep it all the way real with you. People ain't worth a fuck. Especially with women. Women, when you out here dealing with people and stuff like that. So, you have to be mindful of what you're doing out here. Mindful who you're dealing with, mindful who you tie those emotions to. You have to be mindful of all that shit. It's real. It's real. Here we go, London. This is what I'm talking about. London says, I'm being completely unbothered next year. My year was rough this year. Hey, that's how you should. That's exactly the attitude you should have coming to it. Shrug life. For real. This is real. Shrug motherfucking life. It be rough. Life don't stop lifing. Lily of the Nile says going vegan. That's also admirable. Better eating habits. That's admirable. That's what I'm talking about. Shrug life. I promise you. Don't let this shit fuck with you, man. It fucks with your head. It'll make you get down. It'll make you get depressed. It'll make you feel as though, it's a hopeless situation. Like, what the fuck is going on out here? But I'm telling you, it's best to understand people. If you can master the people portion of life, you'll be much better suited to make it through life. But you have to master the people portion. Okay, it's a part of the course, or the course rather. It's a part of the course. It's part of the course. You gotta master people. You gotta know what they're gonna do. You gotta know how they're gonna act. And you have to master how they're going to act and the fact that you cannot control their behavior. A lot of people wrestle and struggle with that, trying to control other people's behavior. They'll wrestle with that for their entire lives. If you got kids, you are best suited to put this energy into them. You're wasting your time trying to control grown people's behavior. And really, a lot of times you waste your time trying to control your kids' behavior. But at least it makes more sense there. Okay? Because you're their lifeline. Grown people, you wasting your time. You giving yourself a headache. Now you say these motherfuckers make your hair hurt. You making your own hair hurt now. Because you don't understand this yet. Master the people portion. Okay? Get this down packed now. That way, because life gonna be bullshit. Because people gonna be everywhere, right? But if you master this portion, their behaviors and the things that they do won't throw you off, completely off. You might be like, damn, that's some bullshit. But you don't spend time wallowing in the fact that humans be on some bullshit. You know this already. And thus, you can get through that bullshit a lot quicker, a lot stronger. Okay? Before you turn to drinking, before you turn to medications, pill popping, all this old shit that people do to escape the hardships that sometimes people will put on you in life, already gonna put them on you enough, but you have to master the people portion. That's why I don't give a damn. Motherfuckers will sit around and act like, I'm cold or whatever the fuck. I don't care. I mastered the people portion. I mastered that part. I'm not gonna let people drag me down, bring me down, worry about their opinions of me. And this should really, with us, it should spread to the caves too. It just normally don't. We normally like to have our biggest, strongest declarations of we ain't taking no shit. That's always for black people. It's only for other black people. Like, these niggas, I ain't taking this shit from niggas. Like, just spread it around, goddammit, with your coon ass. Spread it around. That's all I'm asking. Spread it around. You learn how to spread it around, your life will be better. I'm telling you, I will tell you with confidence, your life will be better if you spread that shit around instead of just it always being fuck black people. No. Nope. We want to be the strongest amongst ourselves. That's bullshit. Stand on your shit and master people. If you want to do something different with your year, you want to start out with a new beginning, put that in your head. Master people. Okay? Master it. Now. Don't wait till you old as fuck. Because by then, people done wore you down and your back look like a fucking candy cane. If you wait that long, now you got a question mark back. Okay, because that's what it'll do. If you don't master people, your back end up slid over like that, or humped over, or slid over. You could be full-blown scoliosis. I don't know at this point. But I do believe if you don't master people, you end up as a question mark. Because you're still trying to figure out why. Like, that's the question you ask. You shit like a question mark. The question is why. If you stuck on why with people, you're going to be hard-pressed. You want explanations? You're going to be hard-pressed. If not getting those explanations cause you to go into a downward spiral, you're going to be hard pressed. I'm sorry, you just are. Looking for it to make sense? You're going to worry yourself to death. Your back going like a fucking question mark. And you still going to be asking why all the way to the grave. Old people, old people get so old, they just stop giving a fuck. They don't care. People would say the old people are the freest people. They just say whatever they want, Yeah, now. If they'd have started when they was about 35, they back went like a fucking question mark. Now they so angry because it's all coming out at once. They got like 3 years to get it in, like on some thug shit. Like, they should have been spreading that shit out throughout their entire life, standing up for themselves, mastering people, right? They should have been doing it. The fuck? Mia says, how do you master people? The first thing you do in the process of mastering people, this is the first step, is you study human behavior past tense, okay? You're going to look at how people acted before, how fickle people are. How many times people will say you changed, or how many people done been done wrong, or how many people done been deceived, stole from, had their money gambled off money, been scammed. You look at how humans conduct themselves, whether it's heartbreak, so-called cheating, adultery, a fucking gambling problem, drug problem, drinking problem. You look at how fickle people have been and how unreliable people have been historically. That'll give you the best place to start, because what we do is we like to think that people somehow special now. They not as fucked up as they was, a long time ago or some shit like that. We do that. Or we think because we care about somebody, automatically they're not human no more. That's flaw. It's a flawed mentality to have. They still human. You just like them. Okay? And you don't know if they're going to stay the same the next 3 years, 2 years. You don't know. 10 years. Hell, they could see something and change who they are in one day. You don't know. Because humans are fickle like that and can and will change their mind, can and will be ambiguous, can and will be sneaky, treacherous, devious, deceitful. These is human characteristics. Across the board. Understanding that this is what humans are, and understanding that they're going to perform normally in their own self-interest, it'll help you be prepared for them to disappoint you. Not saying you expect them to, that's different. A lot of people who expect them to end up being bitter, jaded, and with podcast equipment. And y'all see them every day. Okay? They end up being that way. But once you master people, you understand how to cope with humans disappointing you, as opposed to that devastating you in your life. Because we fickle. I'm sorry. I'm not saying, because y'all, people act like we are created in some masterful, magical, no. Okay? No. Humans are fucked up. They're unreliable. They're normally out for themselves. Okay? If you find one that you like, even upgrade to the point where you may love them, these rules do not change. Okay? You love them in that moment, whatever that moment is. You don't know what's going to happen down the road, but then love the fuck out of them in that moment, because you never know. And the expectations that human never going to change, or that you're going to do something for forever, is another expectation we put on ourselves and then end up being disappointed. Forever is a very low number. It's a low number of people that engage in this forever shit for real. Like, you have to be realistic about people. That's friends, family. Just because it's your mama don't mean that she don't got some bullshit ways about her. Just because it's your dad don't mean they don't got some whole nigga ways about him. It don't matter. I don't expect nobody to do anything. A grown person, I feel like I can control them. No, that's ridiculous. All you can do is try to convince a grown person to do what they're supposed to do. And I'm putting supposed to in quotations, because that could change depending on the situation. But expecting people to live up to your standard is almost as silly as waiting for people to give you your flowers. It's a goddamn scam. You are wasting time. Waiting on people to give you your flowers, you're going to be hard pressed, and back going to be a goddamn question mark when you get old. That's a scam. That's a scam. Grow your own fucking flowers is what you better do in this life. Do what you do. Do it with the passion that you do it. But if you expecting flowers for it, you're going to be hard pressed. And that's going to make you be jaded, and you're going to get you some podcast equipment. That's what's going to end up happening. And then you're just going to be on their map. You master people by knowing them. I know people. I still love people. I still care about people. But if some bullshit happened, I'm like, oh, okay. You did some bullshit. Didn't cost me my life. Okay. I'm okay. Okay, I digress. You don't hold on to that shit. That's what we got a problem with that. We do that. And we got to stop doing that. And it don't matter who the people are. Don't care. Mom and them, your kids. Don't let these kids wear you. Listen. Do not let these kids run you down through there. Okay? I'm not saying fuck them kids, but I'm kind of saying not fully, okay? I'm not going to go full blown fuck them kids. But when I tell you don't let these kids run you down through there, don't let them kids run you down through there. Back going to be like I got them question mark and they're going to stick you in a nursing home. Don't let them do that. Don't let them kids run you down through there like that. I promise you. You're going to end up hunched over, needing help upstairs, and they're going to slide your silly ass right in the home. And they the ones did it to you. They the ones fuck your back up. Won't they? These kids ain't worth a damn, I'm telling you. These kids ain't worth a damn, really, I'm telling you. They'll be the main ones and then put your back in the whole question mark. You've been asking why they whole life. And they ain't did nothing but look at you like, I don't know, I'm just, like you the reason my back fucked up. Now you want to put me in the home. Fuck you. Yeah, don't let these kids, y'all don't do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Okay? Because there comes a point where these kids, and I'm not saying they can be grown, but when you up in your, 21, 22, 23, when you like, shit, don't let them kids, No, I done seen a lot of parents let them kids run them down through there, and when they get to be that age, shitting me. You're not gonna. Now my kids already know. I'll turn my back in a minute. Don't think I'm not like that. Okay, like I'm not like that. Your daddy is not that type of daddy. Okay, I will turn my back on your ass in a minute and sleep good at night. Okay, don't. You're not gonna make my life hard. No. No. And not just you, nobody. So I don't want you to feel like this is a place where because you're my kid, this I'm treating you. No, this is for everybody. Everybody get the same work. Don't do that. Don't let them. Don't let them do that. Don't let them do that. Okay, Mia she want the whole class. This is for free. This I'm telling y'all. A lot of these motherfuckers out here is trash. They charging y'all for just basic conversation, right? Mia says, what's the next step? Okay, once you understand what people are, what you have to do at that point is develop a mind that is pragmatic. You have to make it to where it's almost like numbers to you, okay? Especially with women, as they're said that they are the most emotional of the two groups. Now, they argue that men aren't as emotional. That is a lie. It is a lie. It is propaganda. They will argue that men is more logical. Men are more logical in certain areas. Okay. Do not let the propaganda machine work as well. Women are dealing with this different set of emotions. Men are dealing with that don't deal with emotions at all. And that's not what's really happening. Okay. The next step after you realize what people are, okay, understand what people are. Now you start dealing with yourself and your vision. You see what I'm saying? Okay, you do the realizing first. Now how you look at people, the expectations you put on people, that must change. Okay? You don't make other people responsible for your happiness. You don't make other people responsible for your whether your day is good or bad, whether you hear from them. You can't do that. Okay? Once you get the vision and understanding what people are or realizing what people are, then you change how you look at people. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm not saying you expect the worst from people. What I'm saying is that you don't then tie your okayness, whatever that is and whatever that looks like, to another person. Then you stop doing that. Now your expectations. This is not about lowering your expectations, because a lot of people get this shit confused. And a lot of people say, well, you think you ain't supposed to have no standards? No, you're supposed to know that you're dealing with humans. Okay? You know that you're dealing with humans. You don't act out your mind if a dog bites somebody. What you say is, it's a dog. Okay? You don't act out your mind if a human lets you down or disappoints you. What you have to tell yourself is, it's a human. Like, Once you get the same concept that we have in other areas, because it shows itself in other areas, we'll do it for children. Oh, that's a baby. They crying. That's a baby. Right? You know how kids is. We like to do shit like that, right? We use it in other areas, but when it comes to humans, we act like the last part. Well, that's a human. That's a human that you don't control. That's a human that you can't make responsible for your happiness because they could go away at any moment. They can remove themselves from you at any moment, or they can ignore you at any moment. Therefore, you cannot make that person responsible for your happiness, your self-worth. They can't be the person that validates you. They can't be the person that gives you drive. They can assist in driving you. They can assist in validating you. They can assist in motivating you. But the sole responsibility of that is yours. Because they're human. They may not always have your back. And you can't be astonished by that every 3 months. You can't be sad and depressed by that. You can't let that make you stagnant either. So again, 1, realize what humans are. Right? 2, align your expectations with humans. You don't expect for a baby to drive a car. You're going to say they're a baby. They can't drive a car. You're going to frame them into their skill set and what they know to be good at. Humans, they not good with carrying other people's emotion, other people's. That's just not an area we're great at. It just is what it is. You got to come to grips with that. But that's the second part. You make your expectation, adjust it to human. Whatever knob you have it on right now, most time we have it in fantasy. I understand the programming. A lot of times we got that knob is turned all the way up to fantasy. Dial it back to human. That way you're able to align your expectations of other humans. And I think, honestly, it'll make you enjoy the people you enjoy even more. That's what I think. That's what I think. DIH says, I can't wait until we go from black people are trash to most people are trash. Black folks always degrading each other like the caves don't do the same shit. It's a human issue, not a black issue. Let me tell you something. Here's where black people, the caveat that we have that most other people don't have, is self-hate. That is the added ingredient that will make a black person say black people are trash versus most people are trash. It's that very distinctive ingredient of self-hate that makes us do that. This is why you'll notice that white folk don't pathologize themselves. You'll notice that. Here's what they will do. They will make documentaries. They will make law shows, and they can be the perpetrator of the crimes in the shows. They can do that. They can be every serial killer on every season you ever seen of, for example, CSI, whatever the fuck y'all be watching. They could be I'll say every episode, but 3 of them. They'll throw in a couple black folk, couple Asians, so-called Hispanics in there somewhere along the lines, but most of them can be 95 to 96% white. But what they won't do is get on the news and say that 96% of these crimes are perpetuated by the caves, due to the fact that they won't do that. They will not propagandize or pathologize themselves. They in turn have done it to us. We took on that same behavior, and we take on, which is why I say we don't have a culture. We have white culture and black face. So what we did was take what they were pathologizing us, and now we'll pathologize ourselves because we don't fuck with each other. We don't fuck with ourselves. We have this fake pseudo confidence that we wear around here with that we magical people, sun people. It's all fake shit, really. It's not really real. We just think we look better than people. We dress better than people, and we got more rhythm and seasoning than people, right? But we still trash. When it comes to white people, they are the moral authority. And that's how black people have been propagandized to see these people this way. They can make as many snapped seasons as they want to. They'll still make that white bitch the best woman on the planet. It doesn't matter. Okay? And black people will take on that mantle, will take on that ideology. The white man can murder 30 white hoes right now. There could be a hunt for a serial killer right now. as we speak. Okay? And black people will still look at the black man like he the worst man on the planet. Okay? Because we conceded to these ideas about ourselves. Because we fell for the fuckery and we fall for it every fucking day. They'll put one of us in front of the world and make us the face of whatever that debaucherous, treacherous, or murderous thing is. And we fell for that. So then we become black people are trash. I'll say black people are coons. Most people are trash. You see what I'm saying? It's just a slight little, it's a slight little touch right there. Black people be on some coon shit. But I know, because if you study humans, you'll see that they trash. If you look at white people for real, if you look at the caves for real, and this ain't got to be on no hateful shit. This don't got to be on no malicious shit. Look at what they show you they are. TV shows, movies, documentaries, they'll show you themselves and still will tell you the worst, and you believe it. That's what we fucked up at. We don't understand that. I look at white hoes like they ain't worth a fuck. I'm not going to let the world say, well, bitches ain't shit. Okay, well, a white bitch is a bitch too, right? But what we do is we'll have these rules for us. These hoes ain't loyal. That's only black women, right? We'll do shit like that. Niggas ain't shit. Well, that's only black men. Like, what are you saying? All black men do is cheat. What are you saying? These things aren't real because they're not exclusive to black people at all. They are human things, like you said, but that's not how our mind works. We've been programmed and propagandized to have certain ideas about each other, and we haven't broke free from that yet, and we actually refuse to do the work. We refuse. I don't let people do it, but it's very hard work trying to defend ourselves against ourselves. We say some wild shit about each other every day. Okay? Every single day. We reinforce this. Black people are trash. Every day. If you have that reinforced to you every day, and now our kids are growing up seeing it too. If you do that every single day of your life and use every pathway to do it, this is whether you watching TV, whether you using media, whether you're on your phone, what you're going to see is black people are trash in one way or another, in some form or fashion, on your phone all day, every day. Then you get to see black men and women again talking to each other on these podcasts, treating each other like trash, right? No understanding for one another, no understanding in relationships. So the solution is to stop fucking with each other, right? That's our solution. Since we so trash, we'll not fuck with each other. So even the solution is full of self-hate. It's anti-black. What the fuck you mean? How y'all gonna not fuck with each other? Like, these will be the solutions that we'll come up with. Well, you just leave black women alone. I ain't fucking with black women. Or I'm gonna go overseas and get me one. You got those niggas still out here. They having some adventures. I'll say that. Some of them getting fucked up in the game, but then you'll have that because we fell into the black people are trash. We fell into that, and only us. And it doesn't matter what they show us about themselves. They're not going to pathologize themselves, though. They're going to pathologize you. You're going to be the criminal. You're going to be the thug. And white hoes going to lock their doors when they see you. Not when they see their son, and he'll catch 20 bodies. He'll catch 20. They don't lock their doors when they see him. That's why them bitches can walk up behind him with a wet rag or chloroform, sleep them bitches and put them in the trunk. Them bitches wake up in cabins. Like, I don't feel no mercy for them hoes, but that's why they wake up in cabins. Crying and shit. Tied up. This thing got a knife laughing and shit. That's why they wake up like that, because they lock their doors for me. And bitch, I ain't want to take you nowhere. I ain't studying your motherfucking ass. But when she see her son, no matter how he's been shown, no matter if they know he the serial killer. They know their kids. No matter what, I'm the one that's going to do something to him. That's how powerful propaganda is. And we downplay it. We don't teach our kids to see this shit for what it is either. It don't matter. It don't matter. These bitches wake up in cabins every day. Wake up underground and locked in bunkers every day. Like, every day. And for all the times that you think that some of these people be getting found, they don't find a lot of these serial killers. And them bitches be motherfucking caves. They still not gonna get on goddamn TV. It don't matter how many hoes they lock in cabins. It don't matter how many hoes they bury in the woods. It don't matter how many hoes they throw in the fucking ocean, in the river. It doesn't matter. The white bitch gonna lock her door when she see me and feel a sigh of relief when she see that white man. And she gonna pay. Now she paid. She's paid for this, but she ain't stopped. Okay. The gay bitch is a dumb bitch, and y'all telling me that this is better than black women? It's a weird bitch. She won't even lock her door when she see the boy with the rag. Like, she just be out here. She just be out here partying and shit, not paying attention to her surroundings, looking for me. And that's why that bitch wake up in the cabin. But it's because black people are trash. This is something that's uniform, not just us. It wasn't just sold to us as an idea. It was sold to the world. It just so happens the sad part is that we bought it too. We got it on discount. It was bad and buy one, get ones. Black people ain't shit, right? Yeah, buy one, get one. They was giving them to niggas like left and right, and we done took it on. We done took our experiences that we've had with each other, the negative experiences that we had with each other, from customer service to a lot of it is relationships that didn't work out properly, relationships that could have been, hurtful or sad to a person, or somebody got fucked up in a game, got their heart broken. We take all of that and we reinforce black people are trash with that narrative. So, we bought the shit. Buy one, get one. And we're doing this daily. I told y'all earlier, without fatigue, black people talk about relationships, trash each other every day on this internet. Without fatigue. Without fatigue. Without fatigue. So, there's that. And I appreciate you, Tasha. That's a kind word. Rob, you are so smart and wise. Thank you for always sharing your wisdom. No problem. Thank you for listening. I promise you, you're doing the work, not me. I promise you that. Mad love to everybody that's here. If you haven't hit the like button already, hit that for me. Hit that like button for me. But it's so sad that we haven't, come to grips with what the white man and his mama is. We haven't come to grips with that yet. We haven't. And since we won't teach our kids, there's no way to really break the cycle. Propaganda will reign supreme. And I would argue that, of course, black entertainers feed into this propaganda as well. We were talking about Taraji and these people earlier. They feed into the propaganda as well about black people. We seem to very much so hate each other. We fear each other, and we're spending all of our time trusting the caves and believing they are the moral authority on earth. I hope it's a new year for you niggas. At this point, I've gotten to the hopeful portion of this show, to where I hope it's a new year for you niggas, because the years that I've been watching us conduct ourselves in a very poor fashion, it is sad to me to see the way that we continue to worship and uplift other groups of people. It is sad to me how we continue to take on the mentality, the rules, even the construct of everything the caves have for their lives. We want those very same things for our lives, and we won't have it no other way. And to me, that is very, very telling to our mentalities as a people. Like, it bothers me, but of course, we're going to keep our heads up. We're going to keep our heads up and on a goddamn swivel, because it ain't enough to just have them up. Have that bitch on a swivel too. Okay? It's not enough just to keep your head up. Also put it on a swivel. All right? We've seen numerous things happen with black people in this so-called year. And I don't see the things changing until we decide to make a couple decisions, not resolutions, decisions as to who we're going to be moving forward and being better as a people, not only individually, but as a people being better and move forward for our children, for ourselves, and to represent our people in a better light, to give our people some hope, because it's looking bad. And when you can see people like, especially with some of the music, some of what it's pushing and what it's made mainstream. I mean, it's just, and these kids, like, come on, yo. I'm not the type that thinks that rappers should have, or entertainers should have, more say over their lives, over our kids' lives, than parents do. And I think it's time for parents to take their power back too. I think it's time for you to take your power back. Okay, stop trying to be like the white bitch. Gentle parenting didn't work for her either. This is why her son, Adam, ran off 20. Okay, gentle parenting doesn't. You don't have to keep doing everything that they do. I promise you, you don't. They don't know how to do everything. It is not a prize if they tell you that you're different. It is not a prize if a white person befriends you. You should actually be insulted by this, because if they befriend you, what that means is you've shown them that you have no interest in speaking to the truth of them people. They know you ain't got shit for them. And so they will befriend you. They will care about you. They'll laugh with you and act like they care about your family. They'll do all this shit. That is not a bragging right for you. If they like you, you have a flaw. And that flaw is going to be either you are anti-black or you are coward black, and you're not going to say shit to them people at no time. Okay? They know that about you. You will not challenge them and their racist viewpoints. They know that about you. It's not a bragging right, black man, if that white bitch will fuck you. I just shared an article the other day that a white cave bitch from, I forget what state, but she fell in love with a tree. I'll show you. We don't got to do this. I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. I'm going to do this on both sides. Watch this. I want y'all to watch this. Here we go. Damn, it's pulled right on up too. Watch this. Y'all read that? Woman. They didn't say white. I'm gonna tell you. Here's what I'm gonna show you where the difference. Okay. Good chance there is a white person reporting this story, if you can call it a story, right? It says woman. They don't pathologize themselves. We just talked about that earlier, right? This is a prime example. They didn't put white woman who fell in love with oak tree, calls herself ecosexual, in an erotic relationship with the tree. Okay? They didn't say white woman. They didn't say, well, this some white bitch shit. They're not going to do that. They said woman. Okay? This is how they stay on code. This is how they're able to isolate themselves from any type of weirdo fucking pathology they have. They'll just say woman. Now, black man, you telling me that this cave hoe can have an erotic, y'all see the word erotic, relationship with a tree, and you want me to see you show it with one, and I'm supposed to feel like you a god on earth because you got a white bitch to fuck you? Think about that. They will fuck anything. I'm sorry. You didn't know? Yeah. I'm sorry. You showed up with her, didn't you? Had her looking her best? If that's a thing, all right? You tried. No. You're not impressing anybody at all, my nigga. Okay? No one cares. You're not a special nigga because a white bitch will fuck you. Okay? They will fuck an oak tree. All right? Okay? Are we clear on this? I feel like there's, we don't really be making much. Are we clear on this? She'll wrap her cave legs around that tree and probably rub her pussy up against that bark erotically. And you telling me, because you can fall into the legs of a cave, that you are high level nigga. You think you up there, huh? Okay. Here's what I'm saying. Once we remove these people off the pedestal, and y'all know I've been saying this shit for a minute, right? Black man showing up with a white bitch, sir. No. Black woman showing up with a white man, right? These are the same group of people who will, because you would think that it's just women who have sex with animals. You'd think it was just cave hoes. No, the caveman will also engage in bestiality. He will fuck anything. So when you show up with a caveman, do not look at me like I'm mad at you because you're with that caveman. Bitch, no one cares. He will fuck a goat. Okay? Like, I need you to understand nobody's hating on you. I don't feel no type of way. It begins and ends with, oh, she a coon. It stops. Nothing else happens here. All right? Nobody's hating on you. I'm not jealous of the power that the white man has. He will fuck a goat. Not because he has to, by the way. Yo, let me take a pause real quick and acknowledge the fact that it is 12, right? It is officially the first day of the fiscal year. Capitalism rules everything. It shouldn't be winter to winter. It should be spring to spring. But there ain't no celebration going on with me, but I do know that now it's officially a new year. A lot of y'all tomorrow are going to be writing dates down, and you're going to still be putting 23 on there. Remember to put a 24. It makes you look slow if you don't, okay? Keep up with what year it is, okay? I know when you working and slaving like we do out here, at a lot of these jobs, the days can run together, but I know a lot of times we still want to carry that 3 over there. It's the 24. Hopefully, within this year, black people impress me. Y'all almost did it with that brawl y'all had. It fizzled out. Okay? That was the last glimpse of hope I seen in niggas. It almost happened with that brawl. I thought that was going to do it. I thought niggas was going to get on their podcast and stop the stupid ass 50-50 conversation. Let's start talking about techniques that we're going to use when these caves think that we outnumbered, and then we just going to let one of these motherfuckers run through here and do whatever the fuck they want. We don't do that no more. I thought it was going to be one of them moments, but it fizzled away. And, sadly enough, nothing else happened like that since then. There hasn't been any uniform, black pride, if you will, since that happened. It's sad, but at this point, I done studied black people. The same way I told Mia earlier that you got to learn people. I learn people, and I most definitely learn black people. It keeps me from going completely fucking insane out here as I'm looking at black people, screaming to them to stop fucking cooning, be about more, have some fucking pride about yourself, quit wasting your time hating the opposite sex. It's a waste. It doesn't do anything. You're wasting your good years. You know how these motherfuckers like to talk about wasting good years. These stupid ass fucking podcasts that y'all keep listening to. A lot of motherfuckers are wasting their good years complaining, being hoe ass niggas or being hoe ass hoes. Okay? A lot of people wasting their good years with that. And I hope that black people find the pride. I hope we able to build a culture. I'll be out here giving my commentary sparingly though. Okay? I'm not gonna be in here every week talking to black folk. I know us, and I know that's a waste. All right. I'm not gonna be in here talking to us every week. But if you follow me on social media, if you want to see regular posts from me, follow me on social media. I still owe y'all another live where I'm actually on camera and we laughing together. Y'all can see my face. I lost, which I explained this. In the first 37 minutes of this video, I was talking to myself. The video was unlisted. I thought because I wasn't seeing comments that nobody was just fuck with me. Everybody was out popping bottles and drinking and getting drunk and, you know, having sex that they're probably going to regret. I thought it was that type of shit that was going on. Come to find out, I got the shit on unlisted, right? So for 7 minutes, I was just talking in here, right? Which y'all know that don't bother me. I can go, like it ain't no big deal. But you know, I was going that long. So if you watching the playback, mad love. I mean, I want you to see everything from the beginning. But if you were here for the last after that, I mean, look, I've been on here for almost over 3 hours. So I mean, we've had good conversation in here, and I appreciate the support that people give me. I won't be in here every week, but you should make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, in which case I'm going to be putting more of the lives that I do. It's going to be subscription. People that are subscribed can comment. That's the only way they're going to be able to comment. And so, you know, y'all, of course, hit that like button and shit for me to get me. I guess I ain't trying to get up an algorithm. Let me not even request necessarily the algorithm love, but because I know I'm not gonna be on here consistently enough for that to even matter. But I did want to come holler at y'all, check in with y'all, let y'all know I'm still out here going strong, doing and representing the people in a form that I think we should all be representing our people in at all times. And again, to everybody who actually tries and spends their year in and year out, whenever you acknowledge it, to spend your time trying to get through to black people, I have no choice but to show love to you. If you pay people like me attention, if that's something that you could even give attention to when it's not bullshit that you only give your attention to, mad love to you for that, because you know what I'm going to do. Y'all know how I get down. Y'all know how I'm coming in here and I'm telling you, y'all on some bullshit. We need to stop some of this bullshit, okay? Maybe not all of it at once, but at least start dwindling down on the fuckery and the self-hate, okay? And I don't care who likes that or who has a problem with that. This is what I'm going to do the times that I do show my face. I will not turn to cooning for attention. I will not turn to being a fucking clown character to get black people to listen to what I have to say, okay? Because we've ignored some great people. We've ignored some greats. We really have. So I know that I'm just another person trying, and people gonna be on some bullshit, and it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna keep trying, but I do owe y'all a on camera, a live, and I'm probably gonna end up doing that from in my truck somewhere while I'm up in New Jersey. But I do owe y'all one, okay? So I'm making the mental note that I do owe y'all on camera. I lost my webcam. I lost it. And the webcams that come on these computers, what the fuck do they even put them there for at this point? Like, it's not high quality. You can pay $1,500 for a fucking laptop. The camera that come on them bitches, they not worth a damn. They not worth a damn. You have to buy a webcam or outside camera. It's a fucking scam. God damn it. That's what I'm gonna say. The webcam companies got with the computer companies, and it's a scam. God damn it. I'm gonna say I ain't putting nothing past them. It's a scam. You can call it conspiracy if you want to. It's a scam. There's no reason that these cameras is trash as fucking these computers, full-blown computers, and better on my phone. I'm like, come on. That don't even make no goddamn, that don't make no motherfucking sense. Like, it's a fucking scam, goddamn it. I'm calling them out right now. That's what I'm doing on y'all's New Year. I'm calling these motherfuckers. That's a scam. These computers, cameras should be the shit. Goddamn, it should be 4 of them bitches up there or something. I don't know. But if my cell phone can do it, then come on now, right? I do hope that y'all stay safe out here, all right? Stay safe. Stop cooning. Mad love to everybody. I'm going to get off here and fucking chill. I actually done got hungry. I don't doubt anybody going to do anything about that for me. I think everybody probably closed by now. But I done got hungry on here, but I did want to come in here. I did it 3 hours long. We in here. Okay? We are in here. If you haven't seen my other lives, in the time that I'm not making lives, go back and watch those. Okay. If you haven't seen the videos I got on my video channel, they may be a little older, but go back and watch those. I've been consistent as fuck. Okay. And growing the whole time right in front of y'all's eyes. And I will continue to. Okay. That's my daily decision, not a resolution. That's the decision I make every day. All right. And you can do the same shit too. Mad love to everybody. Mark, you're absolutely right. I might actually run down to cookout. What you know about cookout? Everybody ain't got no cookout though. Everybody ain't got no cookout. They don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that. But that's a very good fucking point. That may be where I actually go. Okay. But mad love to y'all. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Black first, second, and third. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.